Look, I said shout out to the edible. They got me feeling that it's quite questionable. The question who the flyest in the session, no professional. Professionally stepping up the pedestal. Lost the small shit, it's intestinal. Testing is the testament to my testicular fortitude. And I'm obsessed and possessed by the oracle. More or less so let's go. 4 times 4, bars down the boardwalk, and I won't pass go. Alright, keep your mind spinning like tops. As I spin on this spinning rock. Spinning through the universe, we getting guap. They kinda hoping that I win and stop. But we keep it going, we just spin the block. Yep, a country boy like good gravy. Boys is good and lazy, coming up slim like Young Shady. But if you're thinking I'm crazy, since a $1.2 baby, my motto been fuck you, pay me. Dig deep, don't scratch the surface. The most important day is the day you figure your purpose. You into it, the universe, so you working. Cause shit hit different when it's perfectly perfect. The blunt hit different when it's perfectly perfect. Keep the grass, cause stay away from them serpents. You into it, the universe, so you working. Cause shit hit different when it's perfectly perfect. If I consume a mushroom and take flight, every time, man, a blind man can never lose insight. Equally yoked like a ride you can't fight. Whenever my pen write, create a different energy to bend light, like black holes, random. Feel like every soul return to the nearest one on earth, but that's a different topic. But right now I'm feeling philanthropic. About to cash out of some jewels, I feel the wheel to drop it. Alright, I don't watch presentations, I read publications. See, confrontations, a bad representation of what we chasing. So chill, just be patient and get in line. We all about to make it, but give me mine. Taco Tuesday, margaritas, a hit of lime. Little cutie with goddess features, she really mine. Couple shroomies, we hit the roomie, it's overtime. Yeah, it's overtime. Yeah, you. Dig deep, don't scratch the surface. The most important day is the day you figure your purpose. You into it, the universe, so you working. Cause shit hit different when it's perfectly perfect. The blunt hit different when it's perfectly perfect. Keep the grass, cause stay away from them serpents. You into it, the universe, so you working. Cause shit hit different when it's perfectly perfect. Daily crazy for this one, boy. Check. Look. First things first, I corny. Freaks all the honeys, dummies. Edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming. There's a roll of dice. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move. First things first, I corny. Freaks all the honeys, dummies. Edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming. There's a roll of dice. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move. Shoot another invoice. Working 5 to 9, need to get Royce. Yeah, let her shine, it's the kid choice. Yeah, my humble pie was a bit moist. Unc told me to do it big, bruh. The niggas ain't did it how you did, bruh. Them boys ain't living how you live, bruh. I know you hear me knocking, let me in, bruh. I'm a beacon of light every time that I speak in the mic. Electrolyte, Peter light that's giving you light. See what's done in the dark, go come to the light. Hell raising, you taking the heavenly flight. See the Glock is clipped up, the blunts is all wood, the insurance paid up, my bitch is fed good. The dice in my hand, I smile as I should, cause I'm about to roll a fucking set. First things first, I corny, freaks all the honeys, dummies. Edible place for the gummies, gotta keep them coming. There's a roll of dice, been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move. First things first, I corny. Freaks all the honeys, dummies. Edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming. There's a roll of dice. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move. With the dice at the crap table, back able to give advice, I'm back stable, back able to take a knife at a bad angle. Fuck niggas, do-rag, get them all strangled in the ring like I'm Kurt Angle, hurt ankle, lead a boot with the chords tangle, Mike mangle. They just near mad than a bitch, they all angry, but the bread coming in rolls is all gravy. Tenders on the strip, bringing fries is on daily, plus the strip is really online, it's on daily. Soon as I get the first line, it's on daily. Po baby, Jasmine Rice, yellow bone lady, gon' page me, yo lady, po baby, late 80s, green circles, close friends, gon' page me. Wanna blaze with me under the shade tree? Cause a nigga know for rolling fucking sevens. First things first, I corny, freaks all the honeys, dummies, edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming, there's a roll of dice, been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move. First things first, I corner, freaks all the honeys, dummies, edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming, as I roll the dice. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing better motherfucking move.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killer in the house. And I'm coming to do what I got to do. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, look, man. Bobby Bang in the house. What's good, family? Mm, 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 mm. Life is good, man. It's very easy, man. Look, we're going to have some fun. Shout out to the morning show. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Had to get some business straight. Be there nice and crispy. We're going to handle this African spirituality thing versus science. Shiganti Diab's True Cradle Theory, Myth of Reality. September 15th, 7 o'clock. Tickets $30, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Welcome to the big leagues, man. It's going down, man. I like to beat somebody up every 2-3 months. Some things is very, very easy to do when you're in a high altitude bomber, right? So, thing is not to get out the daggone plane. Don't land it and get out of it. Sometimes you just gotta cuss a person out. I'm trying to work on that. I want to read, before we get into the show topic, man. Y'all see the show topic, melanin dose test. Pseudoscientific at best. Black Egypt. Black Egyptian race. There's a few fundamental things wrong with that. And we don't even got to argue that. So the things that science has already toppled, I'm not arguing that no more. I realize it's just it's just like a grab or something. Grab your attention and keep you going. I ain't got to argue that type shit no more. I ain't doing it. I'm going to let y'all argue by yourself. I'm just going to drop the information. Talk that talk. Y'all know how we do, man. Yeah, we're going to build this thing up over here. Boy, I see you, Cedric. What's going on, man? Issa, what's good? Juju, what's up with you? Omar Reed, that good guy. What's up, Regular Joe? Yeah, Regular Joe, you be talking crazy sometimes. And Regular Joe, I'm trying to figure out why you talking crazy. Let me bring up that video on Doc's channel. We had some people talking reckless for no reason. I don't know why, man. People act like they ain't see what happened. It's funny to me, though. I be having fun. Like to see the way it go. All right. Let me see. It's a fire thumbnail, too. And I can't wait till the Ravens kick in. It's going to be a good season this year, man. If they can stay healthy, they'll be beating people up. I already know it. This. Just going a little bit, man. Build some things up, man. We right here, man. The community of skeptics, man. Y'all know what it is. All right. We're skeptical of everything. And people tell us, yo, 'cause they be in there making it up as they go. All right. Yeah, so I like to read some of these comments, man. Let the people come up in the building, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We good over here, man. We chilling, right? And hey, I got it all off my chest on Dr. Oyamiyat show. So I'm good. All right. I realize people don't really want to have discussions. They want to argue and fight. Because that's their best weapon. To sit down and have a high level conversation, yo, it'll kill them. I see it. I figured it out. Why I gotta do that? I just figured it out, man. Figured out that people just want to try to get on your skin. They don't want to sit down and have a good conversation. You know, they want to do everything but that. I see now. Everything but that. It's okay. You know. We got them though. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no really getting out of it. You'll start to hear terms like the white man, you're gonna believe the white man over this. Whenever you hear that, that's a red flag on the play. Yeah, it's 2023, man. If you still talking about the white man, yo, you bugging. Right? You supposed to be able to navigate your way around that situation real flawlessly, like it's a lot of opportunities, right? Your ancestors work hard to put you in the proper, perspective, man. We got 45,000 people in the building, man. Anthony Bowman, I see you, man. I see you. What's that? Nadia, what's up with you? Yeah, I like that. I like this. Let's deal with this first statement. People, do your own research. These guys have brains no better than your own. That's a fact. But let's talk about what do your own research actually means. There's a certain limit to what you can actually do, not unless you become an expert in said field. There's a lot of things, terminology, things that you get through formal training. The long, hard way is learning on your own with all the mistakes. I see you, Jody Breeze. What's good? I see you, Hampton, DeJuan Hampton, Timmy Turner. Yeah. So, your own research is fine, but what do you mean? Do you mean like you got to know how to? We need to do a whole show on how to research mistakes. I see you, Jody Breeze. Meet that out. What's up, Juju?
Peace. Peace to the chat. What it do, banger?
Chilling.
Me too. You already know I'm in the cut.
We're gonna read some of these comments from yesterday on Dr. Oyama show.
I'm in the shade, sipping on a glass of lemonade.
Yeah, they was running. It was running amok over there.
You already know.
And you know what? I ain't even rewatched the video yet, man. But yeah, dude was reckless, and I think he was reckless on purpose. And like he just ain't have nothing. So that's the thing to do, right? If it was anybody else but Dr. Mayasho, I probably would have got off there. But Doc, that's my people's, yo, and I know we needed it. We need to get it in from time to time. I didn't know it was gonna go that way left, but it did, right? So I'm gonna work on that. But yeah, I'm not having none of y'all niggas disrespect me, man. Not for no show, not in person. If you come up to me with the disrespectful shit, none of that. They ain't doing that, man. One ain't born like that, yo. Some people say, yo, is the internet? I know I ain't threatening nobody on the internet, but you ain't gonna get reckless for 25, 30 minutes straight and then just keep doing it. When we there to have good conversation, because that's really all it's about, man. Ain't nobody coming on here, not unless I bring a special guest, and I'm gonna keep those special guests coming, man. With degrees, experts in said fields. But this statement right here by Nadia, right? Do your own research. Yeah, but if you don't understand what real sources are, you're in a wormhole. All right. You're in a very, very wild wormhole. And I'm the one to tell you because I remember being in that wormhole. It's called confirmation bias. You start finding things that agree with you. That's wild. You know, when you're researching, right, going with an open mind. So for instance, if you want to try to figure out if the Egyptians are black, don't type in is the Egyptians are black. Because you're gonna start finding things that support you, right? Confirmation bias all the way. It's a lot of websites that continually promote that. All right. So, you know, research question the race of the ancient Egyptians, right? You're going to get a better, broader conversation, right? But so in your research, there's some basic things that you probably should just know. So, how does modern science look at race, right? And that's a telltale sign. You know what I'm saying, Juju?
Yeah, it is.
It's a telltale sign. And we don't even got to discuss certain things and certain people's names because once you get the socially constructed idea of race, right, which was pseudoscientific, you already know if anybody trying to come up with any types of tests, right, that and if you're still pushing that, you're pushing pseudoscientific ideas. We don't even got to argue over that. You know what I'm saying? Does modern science deal with that? People get tired of hearing modern science. I know you do. You know what I'm saying? I know you do. I know y'all do. Right? It's almost like a dream killer. Everybody want to be dreaming. Everybody want to dream some fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not dreaming with y'all. I want to know, right? I want to know how to stand up. And so for me, once I got the foundation of how to actually look up things, right? That sharpened me up. So good research comes out of where research is produced.
Right.
Research is produced in major universities. Okay? Simple as that. These programs are dedicated to strong research.
Let me add something real that some of the most non-political places that I've ever been. What's the other word I wanted to use though? Non-conforming. That's what I want to use. Universities. So when people always have this muck about universities, that's why I'd be like, you never been to one because you would know better than to say the things you're saying. That's all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah. So major universities, they got millions of dollars to deal with real research. Simple. Libraries are good. Museums. No matter how, man, you like. I'll never forget when we talked about Shigant Diop's. He talked about how you should go to Europe first in those major museums they got because they stole a lot of artifacts. That ain't no joke. They took them.
They probably got more in the English museum than anywhere, especially when it comes to African artifacts.
The Louvre.
Yeah.
France.
No. The British Museum.
British Museum. I just went to
The
France.
Louvre is in France.
That's the Louvre.
Yeah,
right?
the Louvre Museum. I remember when they built that. That's one of my bucket list. The Louvre. Beautiful.
Stolen artifacts, right?
Yeah.
To the spoils go to conquerors. If you can't stop them from taking your artifacts, they're going to take them. Then if you ain't strong enough politically to get them back, you're not going to get them back.
Right.
Egypt is still fighting to get artifacts back. It's funny. Ain't nobody, you got to make them give it back.
Did you hear about their museum? They're opening in November.
What are you talking about?
It's going to be, you gotta Google this real quick because it's going to be one of the largest museums we know of, and it's supposed to be exquisite beyond words. I can't remember what it's going to be called, but yeah, that's supposed to be happening this November.
Okay.
Yep, in Egypt.
Okay.
Cairo.
All right. So it's going down, huh?
It's going down.
It's going down, down.
Yeah.
So let's read some of these comments.
I already
read
a few.
Let's read some of the comments from the wild thing. Apologize to anybody that was offended the way I acted, but I acted the way I acted. And I'm gonna always act like that. If you balk on me for an
gonna get
hour,
bucked on.
45 minutes, you didn't ruin the show. Because at that point, I'm never getting back on track. You won. You got me. You have defeated me with your ignorance. I'm going in.
Mhm.
Right there with you. You see the screen there? Can we see the screen? Oh, you can't see that. Ooh,
Not until you blow it up. What you want me to read some of it?
You can't see it.
Hold on.
Damn.
Let me blow it up.
Boom.
Nah. You gotta really blow that up. That's microscopic.
Still too. Let me see.
Hell yeah. Nope. Barely. But I could get it. Yeah, there we go.
How we look?
That shit was hilarious. I was annoyed at first, but it got more and more entertaining. I tuned in to be educated.
I know how to entertain. Start cracking jokes.
Wait,
Shout out to
wait.
Oya Mayat, man. That view, that joint almost had 3,000 views, man. She deserved them views right there.
Definitely. She be putting in work for the community.
Mhm.
I tuned in to be educated, but was treated a classical intellectual roasting session. Poor Dr. Mayat. You had a good time too, sis.
Dot like to have some fun too. All right, where we at? That's Baba me. Oh, that's at Baba
That was
me.
Bruce Smith. But
Right
Baba
here.
me, what'd he say? I laugh at these new age pseudos yelling like they deep it that they're spitting new and amazing facts. I think
Shout
he
out to
wants to
Baba
deep
me,
in it.
man.
Yeah, Baba
so
me.
so we have to safely place that on the elders' shoulders, right? Because you know what? Now it sounds so wild now because we working on our scientific literacy and the way we hear things is totally different now. You know what I'm saying, Juju?
Right.
Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, you
Wait a
start
minute, can I
talking
read?
about Lumeria, we were like, oh man, Lepongion. You didn't went to Lepongion.
Crazy.
Did you? Oh
Yes, he
my.
did. He went there.
Yeah, he went there.
This is what I wanted to say about when we talk about research method. You know, when people say do your own research. Okay, yeah, like Bobby said, go in a library, go anywhere, wherever you want to do your research, and type in the obvious things. Like you said, if you want to know if the Egyptians were black or not, don't necessarily type in if the Egyptians, were the Egyptians or black, because of course you're going to get these things that are going to agree with your cognitive bias and confirmation bias, and you're going to be messed up. So that's what research and methodology teaches you not to do. And some of these apples are messed up now because their sources are one, purely outdated, or it's sending them to pseudo scientists who have been debunked for years.
Yep.
A couple in particular, Barry Fells. If you come across the name of Barry Fells, Leo Weiner, just run. But this has been done over and over again. So it's not like we sitting up here trying to be, bigger than you. We know more. It's just by trial and error. Like we found out the hard way too. Lots
Yeah,
of
we
us.
found out the hard way.
So I mean, don't sit there and take it like that. When you know better, you do better.
Yeah, we all went through it.
They're gonna be giving you some 16 whatever source that don't hardly have that's a fantasy book talking about it support your premise. Bye.
All right,
Gone
what
with
the
that.
next one? What did it say?
Oh, this is regular Joe. That's this my homie. He said, "Big up Dr. Mayat for being an expert technician on handling adult children of alcoholics."
I don't know who he was talking about right
he
there.
ain't talking about you. He like you. He definitely talking about you, but he definitely talking about the other idiot.
Watch this. Who is this guy?
Somebody
Watch
got
this
two
guy.
businesses but no laptop. Peace.
Let's see if I can take this. Go ahead.
Ankh can do a better job of maintaining his civility in these discussions. Yes, as men, we get heated, but when we build it should be centered around love and understanding. Nope, I don't like it. We should never revert our intelligence to that of ignorance once we try to teach one.
If that it sound like say cool, the Dalai Lama.
I'm too petty.
I'll just go in his pocket and take his money. Hey, why you getting mad?
You come around these parts,
Keep
you
your
start
civility.
swinging,
He
you're going to
said
get swing back on.
Yo said keep your
that.
civility.
I'm a heathen. I ain't Jesus.
I ain't do it right off the bat, though. I chilled out for a while. I was really trying to save the conversation. All right, keep going. Where we at?
What is it? Shout out, Dr. Maya. You did what you could on this one, sister. but I can't front. I was floored after the unmuted moment of Ankh. Go get a laptop, ninja. Hilarious, absolutely.
Uh,
It's obvious that they made them say that to keep us from the truth. Get him, chief.
he laughing. Yeah, that's wild how he kept saying that. All kind of stuff. They stopping us. He
That's
definitely
Baba
had it.
Man mocking his behind. Peace, Dr. Maya. Props to you for having the patience to deal with people of lower intellect. Man, y'all get off your high horse. Y'all know y'all ghettos. I don't know what at
All right, here
home.
we go. Here we go crazy. Look,
A shout out to Chief Cutter. What?
you shut it down.
On TikTok every day. On TikTok, y'all. This is the level of like you've made it. This is it. This is a claim right here. TikTok. Every
Yeah.
day, and we always come with the facts. What facts? Did he mention one source? He didn't mention one book, one
He
paper,
ain't had no damn
one
story.
nothing.
Mm,
Uh,
mm.
My
Go
sis,
ahead.
these people don't even know what neuromelanin is. Ah, she just looked it up that night. She didn't either. I'm sure, cause he lied.
Look, sis, it say these people don't even know what neuromelanin is.
Right.
Who was you talking about, man? We was trying to tell nigga you was using it wrong. That's what we was trying to say. Look, I hit it with the silly. I'm gonna respect the sis. I said silly.
Not you playing finna respond.
Yeah, silly. You silly.
No.
Look, don't be mad because you claim you're African American but scared to live in Africa. Unless you one of them colonized
Colonized
Africans because
because
y'all all
y'all all
confused. Yeah, see, I thought of something in my head just now. Begin with a B. I ain't gonna do
come on,
it.
walk away, walk away.
Like, so basically, if you're African American, you gotta want to go live in Africa. What the hell's going on? Say anything.
After 500
The bad
years,
sister.
we got to go back to. They worse than white supremacists talking about with that go back to Africa crap and calling us niggers. Like what the hard R. That's what some of these apples are doing, which is absolutely ridiculous. Baba Amin, here he go. Always confuse me how one set of European definitions, racial constructs, are disproved by another set of European definitions. Black's Law Dictionary. That's facts, Baba. Shout out to Baba Uhuru Academy. Shout out.
I like this one. One of the greatest enemies of knowledge is not ignorance. Isn't ignorance. It's the
The
illusion
illusion
of
one
one
has
has knowledge.
knowledge.
Yep, that's real, yo.
That
What
is
are you talking about?
real.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Uh-huh.
He thought he was cooking y'all.
Around 49 minutes. He was so proud of himself.
Hey, well, my goodness, man. But
Oh,
that's, I
gosh.
mean,
Huh?
it got smoked up. But big
Mm-hmm.
up the Baba Amin.
Yep.
This is why Neely Fuller said black people should refrain from being around each other because you could see some
Some
violence.
serious
This
violence.
is
This
bad.
is bad. Oh, God.
Oh, the show was insane. Oh man, what we got? First claim is false. Whites all around the world call themselves and consider themselves white. There's no confusion. Hear about that with them. This guy most likely never have been outside the U.S. Who is he talking about? Let me
I
see.
don't know. The
Second claim about Africa is
Africa
false. Go ahead.
one as well. Sure, people affiliated with their tribe ethnic group, but for sure they are familiar with the term black. We have seen it being reported from Africans had to leave the Ukrainian and during the medieval term a swan black was used for West African and West Africa was Western Sudan. The Sahara is still being referred to as Aswanhadi, the blacks. In fact, all Africa was called Ethiopia by Blumenbach. 3. Who's this guy down? The construction of race as we know it is a Western concept. Blumenbach was not American, although it was refined in America by early anthropologists and biologists. Hence Mendel's law, the law of segregate. I've never heard of that, Bobby. I guess I got to study law of segregation.
What are you talking about? I'm trying to figure out what the hell is they talking
He said Mendel's law, the law of segregation. And since this guy has no idea what the difference between eumelin, theomelin, and neuromelin, he clearly not qualified to talk about biochemistry and the biochemical composition. He talking about you. The status claim is baseless since the social construct of race is
He ain't
based on
talking about
biological
me.
features
He ain't
that
talking about me. Don't know the difference between eumelin, pheomelin, and neomelin. He clearly not qualified to talk about biochemistry. Yeah, he must be talking about the other guy. Yeah,
Okay.
Mendel's law of segregation.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I can't. Bloom blocks was not American. What? Let me see.
Close to 50%.
The status claim is also baseless. So yeah, I wasn't. He the other guy was talking.
Yeah,
about
he must be talking about the other guy. Sorry, I had to keep on going.
It's interesting since we know close to 50%.
50% of black males are being exonerated based on DNA evidence. The irony of it all.
Oh yeah.
The jurisdiction argument is interesting since we know close to 50% was being the abo.
You writing that much, yo? You doing too much.
God damn!
Look at that. He just copied and pasted something.
Nah.
Look at this. Peace, family. Honestly, I know the history of what? Chief
is right on. God, I'm so ADD. He should have shown sources for the people, but Ankh lost.
Yeah. We read the name. What is the name? The Yakatuda.
Dorsey. Yannick Dorsey.
Yeah, before I start talking to people, that litmus test got to go. Got to get there.
Man. Baba meant somebody watching the replay and still couldn't click off after 2 a.m.
Here goes somebody. Doc me out. I think this was a travesty on your platform. Man, what? On your platform should not be able to have a what?
Hostile takeover,
regardless of what so-called good points people want to what?
Espouse.
I said that. I believe you were disrespected on your platform with this broadcast. Blessings. Yeah, y'all be having fun, man. It must be something different.
First of all, some people also came like in the middle, towards the end. So they did not understand how it went, how it started. And how it started, don't always dictate how it's going to go. And that's how it went. And oh, well.
Yeah, dude was disrespectful. He was immature. He was wild out. Yeah. Hey, look, Ankh is very undisciplined for his age and experience. I almost used that B word to show you. Definitely show you how immature I am.
Anybody can get it. Like, he been saying this for years. What don't y'all get?
Nah, I was cool past the second. I'm gonna be cool until you just too much disrespect. I'm gonna give you what you want. And don't necessarily care what a person think at that point.
I mean,
right, I gotta live with myself. I don't gotta live with y'all.
You shouldn't care what nobody
I ain't tripping off that. I know how to come on, yo. Yeah, these the Cowboys and Indians. You can just tell. I'm unprofessional. Yeah, really? Let me see. I want to hear this.
Anyway, listen to me, my sister. I'm gonna address my sister, not the client. Okay.
See, I'm gonna address my sister, not the. See, cabinet.
And not the clown.
You keep doing it.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Kept throwing shots all the way.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
You're not on your laptop.
Okay. So let me address that. Chat. I know that y'all. This is y'all are fans of Dr. Mayada. I don't expect y'all to be on my side, but I just want to come to y'all on the level.
You got some folks on here that's backing you now. You got some folks on here that's backing you.
Facts. Appreciate the love. Yeah. Okay. I want every brother that's out there that's dissing me.
Go get a laptop,
nigga.
Brother,
oh my God. Here we go.
Do you have a laptop that you can log back on from, Chief?
Yeah, see, don't nobody want to hear all that. He talking niggas to death. Go get the laptop, dog. Go get the source. Go get something. You done talked us to death for the half an hour.
Well, I have my laptop right here, but I didn't know I could access. I thought I was
lying. I got a laptop. You know how young? Come on, yo. Who don't know how to access the internet with your laptop? Come on, man.
Oh yeah. No. You don't have to use your phone. You don't have to use your phone. Do you want me to email you the link?
All the information. That's the thing, Dr. Maya. All the information is on my phone. All my and I got them through the roof. Because let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me say this, Dr. Maya, because I had a.
See when I'm looking at this fool. I got him. Oh man, trip. Can y'all hear this?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Let me see.
The utmost respect for you at this point, and you are a builder. You are a builder. This guy over here is not a builder.
Stop lying,
you
nigga.
need to get rid of him.
Stop lying,
you need to get rid of him.
You're
but anyway,
nigga. You're a fake
anyway, listen to me, my sister. I'm gonna address my sister, not the client. Okay, my sister, we don't enter the ring without our receipts. We are receipt gods. That is what we do. This thing that we are doing, we are challenging his story.
Oh man, see over there? Yes, we are Atlanteans. You see that, right?
Man. Man.
Oh man. Yeah, he kind of he's slow.
Okay, this is not our story. This is his story. Okay, that's what history is.
Hey, Juju, you on tips? You said his story. Remember that?
So when you are challenging his story, of course they're gonna deny everything you say. Because if the institutions don't accept it, let me tell you what a good professor, Michael Cremo. How many of y'all know about Michael Cremo, a famous professor in
just
archaeology?
Look up anything he got. He can give us a fine.
Hey, Chief, hold on. Hey, Chief, someone said spears are flying. He said, because I know you and I talk on Instagram. They said if you want, you can send me a link to whatever you want me to show, and I can show it on my end. That's what the people are saying. That if you
listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know how to do all that. I'm not
really. So this nigga don't know how to take his phone with all the information where I'm copy and pasting and send it on over. Right.
I don't think he was being honest.
Right.
He was just trying to get people to go to his TikTok.
Oh man.
Come on, he run 2 businesses. How?
Fake chain on you. Know it's a fake chain.
You can't even communicate.
Nigga ain't got 30,000 on his neck. I don't care what nobody say.
I'm a technical guy, but let me just do this. Because listen, if anybody out there, hold on, let me say that. If anybody out there.
By the way, he spoke him and asked me a question. He look at that. He just want to take the time to talk.
Wants to see the information. Guys, please just come over to TikTok at Chief Color 5. I will fill you up with all the receipts.
TikTok.
But let me say this. Okay, anyway, this clown, I ain't got a .45 hard for you to smoke, big dog. I don't got no hard. You know what I'm saying? If you, that's what you own. I ain't got no. Chill out.
Hey, Chief, so ask your question.
Okay, let me go with this. So the brother was saying I ain't got no fat. I got all the receipts in here. I just don't have the access to pull them up. But let me say what I'm saying. First of all, homie, clown, I'm laughing at you because all you did is
stop you agitated.
Yeah, because I'm on that nigga head.
All you did is pull up Wikipedia. All you did is pull up Wikipedia and read from Wikipedia. Brother, nobody you know Wikipedia, bro. Where your books at? Where your books at, huh? What books is you read? Out here pulling up Wikipedia. But let me move on. Dr. Maya, this is what we're doing here, okay?
I'm listening.
There's a lot of information, or they call it the forbidden history of humanity, okay? In this forbidden history, okay, it is, you gotta understand, first of all, let me ask y'all this. Do anybody in here believe that people that don't look like us run the world, huh? Do anybody?
Here's the tactic now. To blame the white people. If the white people say it, is wrong. Because they white. But yet get all your information from discredited crazy white people. That's the wildest. I remember used to saying that just like that. That's wild. I'm letting y'all know if you're saying that, you already know you're out of order. Because that don't even make no sense. Simple. You got to realize that Africans was enslaved for close to 300 years or so. Whole world moving past them. Trust me when I'm telling you. You read that work, yo, Walt Rodney, how highly underdeveloped Africa, right? If you take 12 million people from particular areas, yo, you definitely gonna put that spot in the defect. And then not to mention the isolation piece. That's crazy to me. But at the end of the day, we got to figure out how to deal with sources and discredited sources, right? All right, let me see. Keep going here.
Everybody in here believe that white folks, that these people pretty much, these are Illuminati, Bilderberg groups. Do anybody believe in here that these people run the world? Huh? Give me some ones in the chat. If you feel like the Illuminati, Bilderberg group, Council on Foreign Relations, all these entities pretty much run the world, give me some ones in the chat. Or
that nigga say the Bilderbergs.
Illuminati, I missed that part.
Y'all ain't hear all that?
I ain't hear him say that.
Yeah, he said all that. The Bilderbergs,
oh
all that, but what we talking about?
Do y'all think that's a fairy tale? Because see, what I need to find out if my people know they under attack. My people don't even realize they under attack. You under attack psychologically, you under attack spiritually, you under attack educationally. Because what's going on here is brothers like this dude, he think he out here protecting the white man's information. He out here, let me tell you what the white man said. Let me tell you what the white man said. But guess what? Let me guess what? Hey man, hey bro, stop interrupting me, bro. I will smack the shit out you, bro.
All right, y'all.
See that? See?
Yeah.
See? Like, really? Like, how long do I supposed to do that? I'm either gonna get off or cuss this nigga out. I chose the latter. You gonna smack me?
I will smack the shit out you.
What happened? Let me be. I just muted everybody. I just see what happens when I left y'all.
This nigga just say go to TikTok.
I left y'all alone. Hold on. I left y'all alone for 2 seconds while my computer froze, and I logged back on, and y'all still arguing.
I actually wasn't arguing. That nigga was talking the whole time. I ain't say nothing.
Chief, what's your question, Chief? Ask your question.
Okay.
I just want y'all to remember the nigga said he was gonna smack me. So anything I say at this point to get him, don't be blaming me for it, because I ain't responded to the smack me part yet. It's coming.
Let me say what I'm saying. Okay.
The nigga illiterate. You say ask a question. He can't ask a good question, Doc.
Hey, Dr. Mayat, I don't want to ask no questions because all this information was crown buffoonery. He ain't say nothing smart, nothing intelligent. He reading from what's the name? So let me say this, Dr. Mayat. I want to address a few things. He said we Native American. We don't say that we no damn Native American, you idiot. It's a huge difference. We are the indigenous people of all of these lands. We're the first people, you idiot. And you poured up that mouth. And then you say, oh yeah, there was some brown people in Mesoamerica. But he said, oh, get out of here. Go look at the Mayan reliefs. Go look at the Mayan murals and see them. And let me show you something.
He said he don't have a question. He just want to respond to what you threw out
there.
He said he don't have a question.
Go look at the Mayan reliefs. Right? Hold on. Go look at the
BBC. All that. What is he talking about?
Bro, I can't pull it up, homie.
Just let him.
I can't pull it up.
Why don't you just tell me I can look it up for you since you're illiterate? I can
go look up the Mayan reliefs then. Let's start there. Go pull up the Mayan murals at Bonaparte.
I got you.
Pull up the Mayan murals at Bonaparte.
So I wonder why everybody, let me get out of this framework right here. Yeah, I wonder why everybody always run to the Mayan reliefs, man. I'm trying to figure out, well, what's all that about, yo? Like, is that like the go-to, go get some more brown people and make them you? I'm going to blame the elders on that, yo, because, I'm going to blame them, but, I mean, they was doing a good old-fashioned eyeball test. That's what that was. They definitely did that. They definitely looked at it, and if anybody was brown, they made them African. That was always wild right there. It was. Anyway, so go check that video out. The views is bubbling over there on that one. But that's what that was. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting. Yo just was a nut, man. You know, maybe we'd touch up a little bit on that. That was echoing, Juju? Y'all heard the echo?
Just a little.
Man, I don't know why I can't sit through the thing. The thing don't go through that no more.
It wasn't super bad though.
No, it shouldn't be nothing. If I try to turn it off, it ain't that. All right, so where we at, Juju? Let's get you this melanin test thing. Let's get this nonsense out the way, first of all. And there's a reason why it's nonsense, though. Let me show y'all why it's nonsense before we even read that. So just give y'all, right, some things you don't got to argue about. Because there's some things fundamentally wrong with a concept or with a test that claims to be able to determine a race of a particular people. Let me see here. So that already throws it out the game. This ain't even debatable, not unless you're trying to debate race, right? Think the possibilities of putting together a test. So we come right here, right? Race is not genetics. It say for the longest time, scientists and everyone else thought that humans were divided into biological races, but contemporary studies of human genetics diversity show that human variation is continuous and that we do not divide into races. This is important. The idea of races fails to capture the wonderful complexity of human diversity. They say in these pages, we outline 4 reasons race is not the genetic, is not in the genes. Evolution versus topology, continuous variation, non-concordance, and structure of human variation. And so I'm gonna put this in the thing for y'all. I want y'all to read this. This be for y'all. All right. Put this in, I'm gonna drop this in the chat for y'all. All right. And just go scroll through it. So anybody developing a test that claims to show the race of anything is fundamentally wrong because of the basis of it. The very basis of it can't be proven. All right. So yeah, you got evolution, yes. Topology, no. Continuous variation, right? These different tabs. Race is skin deep. Race does not explain variation, right? And y'all can just read for yourself. You don't got to argue that, right? So I'm gonna say this again. All right. Anybody claiming to have a test that can determine the race of any tribe, any clan, they're not going to be able to do it. As a matter of fact, the basis of scientific racism was people trying to do just that. Okay, let's see. So we always talk about scientific racism, right? It's always at the top of the list. Hold on. Think about that. Think about how people say scientific racism, right? We can use the Harvard study on scientific racism. Okay. All right. Yeah, we can do the Harvard thing for y'all. For everybody that like to be slick past I prefer for us trying to get it right. I actually prefer Britannica or Wikipedia. Right. This is a great article right here. It says since enslaved people were first brought to this country, promoters of anti-black racism and white supremacy have co-opted the authority of science to justify racial inequity. My fault. It said a history of pseudoscientific methods proving white biology superiority and flawed social studies used to show inherent racial characteristics still influence society today. So yeah, this is a good read right here for you. I'm gonna drop this for you. All right. And they go into the whole schmeal. I'm gonna drop this for you. Scientific racism. All right. And so the question is, do we then, based off of the history of scientific racism, right? Do we then go back and do the same thing? Do we promote ideas that was used to fight against it in the other direction? All right. That's from the Harvard Library right there. All right. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute so y'all can join the conversation. All right. And so y'all, you can see this, right? Juju, you can see it. Miss Tiff, you can see it.
Yes, I can.
All right. Somebody want to read that real quick? We just laying down the foundation. We don't got to argue in the community of skeptics. We just hit them with the fire and get out. Somebody want to read that?
Go ahead, Miss Tiff.
She put on the line.
Yeah, I'll have to do that the next time.
I got
Scientific
Oh, my.
racism.
Thanks.
Scientific racism, sometimes termed biological racism, is the pseudoscientific belief that the human species can be subdivided into biologically distinct taxa called races.
So hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. So anybody with a test that can claim to do that will be what?
Pseudoscientific.
And what's pseudoscientific?
Pseudoscience consists of statements, beliefs, or practices that claim to be both scientific and factual but are incompatible with the scientific method. Pseudoscience is often characterized by contradictory, exaggerated, or unfalsifiable claims.
Mm-hmm. That's easy work right there. So there can't possibly be a test. There cannot possibly be a test that determines the race of a particular tribe, particular group of people. It's not even worth arguing. It's just not. But keep going.
And that empirical evidence exists to support or justify racism, racial discrimination, racial inferiority, or racial superiority. Before the mid-20th century, scientific racism received credence throughout the scientific community, but it is no longer considered scientific. The division of humankind into biologically distinct groups and the attribution of specific traits, both physical and mental, to them by constructing and applying corresponding explanatory models, that is, racial theories, is sometimes called racialism, race realism, or race science by its proponents. Modern scientific consensus rejects this view as being irreconcilable with modern genetic research.
There you go. So that's it. Let me drop the link, and I want you to read that little information, Juju. And we let y'all go ahead and
the race and racial identity, the national something.
No, what I sent you.
You sent me race and racial identity, National Museum of.
No. I sent you a melanin dose test.
Not in the second one.
Not in the second one. No, the first one.
No, not in this.
The first one.
Okay, let me see. I couldn't get it.
Oh, you couldn't get it? All right. I'll read it then.
Wait.
The one with the sources.
Melon dose.
You didn't get the first one?
The only part I have is the melon dosage test.
Yeah.
Is indeed considered, but I only have the expert. I don't have the link to that. I only have those.
You don't need the link. Just read it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
the melon dosage test is indeed considered a pseudoscientific concept. It has no basis in credible scientific research.
Now, hold on. There's a reason. Why wouldn't it have basis in credible scientific? Because race has already been discounted.
Correct.
They can find no scientific reason behind it. It was pseudoscientific. But go ahead.
From the start.
Go ahead.
This test is not recognized by the scientific community as a valid method for determining an individual's race or ethnicity. It's important to rely on well-established scientific principles and peer-reviewed research when discussing topics related to genetics, race, and identity. Here are a few sources that can help you better understand why the melon dosage test is considered pseudoscientific.
All right, go ahead.
The American Association of Physical Anthropologists. Do you want me to read the whole passage?
Yeah, statement on biological. Go ahead.
Statement on biological aspects of race. The AAPA has published a statement on the biological aspects of race, emphasizing that race is a social construct and not a valid biological category. The statement discusses how attempting to use physical traits such as skin, color, and cranial measurements to determine race have been scientifically discredited.
All right, we showed that source. All right, go ahead.
PBS Nova, The Concept of Race.
Mm-hmm.
This article from the PBS Nova series explains why race is not a biological reality and delves into the history of racial pseudoscience, including the discredited concept of using melanin content to determine race. National Museum of African American History and Culture. Talking about race, the National Museum of African American History and Culture provides resources for discussing the concept of race, including its historical and scientific context. The page discusses how race is a social construct and provides information on debunked racial theories. The American Anthropological Association, Understanding Race. The American Anthropological Association offers an overview of the history of racial classification and explains why race is not a biological reality. The page discusses the misuse of biological markers, including melanin content, to determine racial differences.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then it says these sources provide reliable information and insight into the concept of race, its historical context, and the scientific understanding of human genetic diversity. They emphasize that the Mellon dosage test and similar ideas are not based on credible scientific evidence and should not be used to determine or classify race.
Mm-hmm. There you have it. So we don't got to argue that. All right. I see Pan African James. I didn't see. It says these people don't even know what did anybody mention Diops?
Not at all.
Did you mention Miss Tiff? Did you mention Diops?
No, she didn't. I can
Oh,
answer that.
No, no, I
right.
didn't. No.
Right. I said that the melanin dose test was a pseudoscientific test, and whoever was trying to use this shit was using pseudoscience, but did not mention Diop's name. There goes you, bro. That's you talking crazy and reckless. There you have it. So people will always make the mistake and say things you didn't say and then misunderstand the things you did say. We see that right there. Play the tape. No one mentioned Diop's name. For what?
Wait a minute. For a person claiming that white people were a separate species has no right to call anybody dumb.
Right.
Like, stop it.
Right. And all of a sudden he didn't say white people was a different race. So if white people ain't a different species, then what's the point? What's the problem with having 1 to 4% Neanderthal? How does that change it? And then completely forget about the ghost genes that Homo sapiens sapiens got from other archaic humans prior to even running into Neanderthal. I don't understand nothing people be saying no more. They just say what they want to say and just say it. Anyway, that's where we at. There you go. Hey, these calling people names. That's crazy, James. You now you're a liar. I gotta call you an outright liar now. Everybody heard you say white people was a different race. Now you trying to change it. Don't nobody know why you saying Neanderthal. Like, what are you talking about? We don't even understand it. You can't even make sense out of it. Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense. All right, what's up? What's up, Master?
Peace, big bro, man. First of all, supreme peace to you, supreme peace to the panel, and supreme peace to the sister Juju and Miss Tiff. I love to hear y'all voices. Y'all are some very intelligent sisters, and man, I just want to praise y'all all day. I love to hear y'all build. I love to hear you read, sister Juju, because I know the brother Aunt be having you doing a lot of work with the reading, and I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, you got a beautiful voice. But peace to
Thank you,
everybody.
brother.
You're welcome, sister. The thing is this, I'm kind of tardy to
Oh,
to the discussion. So,
oh man.
what's the discussion about the melanin dosage test being pseudo? You're saying that's a pseudo scientific discovery?
Because it claims to be able to measure the amount of melanin in a group of people to determine a race or to determine
The skin
whatever
color.
the hell, whatever the hell.
I
Yeah.
thought it was. I thought it was to discover the skin color.
No.
But
Nope.
everybody has melon, so why would it be that?
Yeah,
I,
everybody.
I,
That doesn't help the like. It wouldn't make sense just to have a
Yeah,
test to
so
tell skin color.
this where I'm lost at. I'm lost on because I always thought, because I come from pseudo beginners, just like all of us.
All of us.
I read the Richard King book. You know what I'm saying? I read all that. You know what I'm saying? I studied all that. The Richard King book, Doctor Richard King. But I thought it was in a way that you can study the amount of melanin to
determine what?
To determine the skin color of a people. So that's wrong.
The test is completely.
No, you can have more melanin, be darker skin, and be lighter than a person dark. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Master Khalik wants to know where his wrench at, Bobby.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Oh, that's old. I take that old. Yeah.
What did you say?
But yeah, why the hell I ain't got no wrench in the chat, man? What's going on with you, bro? Like people can X me out of here.
Bobby, what did you say about melanin and skin color?
Melanin, you can have a lot of melanin, but that don't mean you darker than a person. The amount of melanin it's not that.
What's good?
That's
What's
what
good
I
with Bob?
I have something here from Mayo Clinic. Maybe you can help me understand it. Can I just read it really quickly?
Well, you can't trick me. If I hadn't read it, send it to me so I can read it with you.
I ain't trying to trick nobody. I put in the search, do darker skinned people have more melanin than lighter skinned people?
It's about the melanocytes.
Right. It said that all humans have the same number of melanin sites.
Is that we have more
but
melanin?
They produce, but however, the amount of melanin produced by these melanocytes varies.
So can we test for that? Can we
go ahead, read that again. That's why I wanted to see it. I wanted to read the whole thing. I put it in the private chat.
I want to know if we can measure that.
Yeah, did you hear what did you hear what she just said? Read that again.
It says, you want me to read it or do you want me to put it in the back chat? When we doing both at the same time? That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a copy and paste.
Well, I'm reading from my phone. I'm going to put it in there. Just give me a second. I'm not going to do both at the same time, though. Let me just post it.
Yeah, while you doing that real quick.
There we go. I got it. There it is. Let me just read this paragraph. Typically, all humans have the same number of melanocytes. However, the amount of melanin produced by these melanocytes varies. People with more melanin generally have darker skin, eyes, and hair compared to those with little melanin. Additionally, people who are born with clusters of melanocytes have freckles.
Yeah,
I got freckles, yo.
And it's really you melanin, field melanin. Like a lot of dark people have mostly you melanin. You like the palm of our hands, like palm of like tropical people hands, the white, like the lighter part of our hands, that's actually field melanin. Like pubic skin and nipples, stuff like that. That's field melanin. Even even blonde hair in Europeans, blonde hair is you melanin actually, even though it's blonde, it's you melanin.
That's interesting.
Like red hair is field melanin.
So the question remains: is there a test that can be done to determine the skin color of a ancient people when all we have is their DNA and stuff like that? Like, can we determine the skin color of those people?
Well, Gina Dabrowski and man, they did. We remember that whole discussion we did based around that work they did and how they the luminescence test and all that they was doing on the ground. They put the reflector on their skin. Remember that test? That's how they formulated the skin map.
So let me say this real quick. Just real quick. If y'all see my avatar or my profile pic,
okay,
that was me in Egypt. I went to Egypt with the great brother Dr. Ashra Kwesi. And when I was out there, we went from Cairo all the way down to Aswan. So when we was in Cairo, I saw, mostly Arabs. I'm gonna say 90% Arabs. And But once we flew down to Aswan, the further south we got, they became pure black people. And I was looking at that and I was wondering, like, like what's going on? Although the Arabs ran the whole country, no matter where we went.
You gotta be careful because some of the people saying Arabs probably weren't Arabs.
That ain't this point he's trying to make though.
Yeah.
Right?
No, the point I'm trying to make is this. I seen all these different people, and I wanted to know, like, is there a test that can be done to determine, we got the bodies of the ancient pharaohs. I seen them. I seen the tombs, and I seen all that. What I'm saying is, there a test that can be done to determine their skin color? Because I'm not really like it really don't matter. They could have been real dark Arabs. It don't really matter to me. I'm just saying, is there a test that can be done?
I just told you. Jenny Nebraska and them did it.
So what was the skin color? What did they come up with?
It ranged, period, across the board. The skin map that they actually developed, they actually went on the ground and put together a test how it reflected the sunlight. Remember that show we did?
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Okay. So when I was there, I was in the tomb, an old tomb from it was in the area where the bent pyramids at, right? It was an area where the bent pyramid was at, and it was some caves that was dug out or whatever. They say they were old pyramids, but I don't know. But we went inside, and when we went inside, I saw an image that the ancients had drew, and it was like people right next to each other, and they was ranging from red to dark brown, like what I'm saying, like black people. It was ranging from. So I was guessing from that. I looked at it, I said, well, damn, I think that the ancient Egyptians painted themselves red. They was really this dark brown, but they painted themselves red. That was the understanding that I got from that. Is there any validity?
I think that's the tomb of Seti wanted.
No, this was.
What you say? They did what? They just painted.
No. This was before SETI. It was. I got it in my phone. I got it in my.
Wait. What you saying? I'm trying to get your point.
This was like around Zoja time, like right after Zoja. What I'm saying is, they had these images.
Mm-hmm.
When I went into these ancient pyramids that was rubble now, but we still went into the underground. Like we had to go underground, and it was all these images, and it was images of people real dark brown, but like it looked like they was fading from brown to red. So to me, it looked like that they were painting themselves red. Like the red ochre.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It looked like they was painting themselves red, but their original color was this real dark brown. And that's what was in the tomb. I got pictures of it too.
How you said they was darker, but they didn't paint themselves that. Well, how you make that determination?
No. I'm asking, like, is there any study to say that they were painting themselves with this red ochre? Because
I don't know about
because
that.
when I looked at the images, they was real dark brown, but then it'd be another image right beside, like it looked like they was turning into this. That's what I'm saying. Like I would have to show you the images.
Seems like they was turning into what?
I'll have to show it to you.
What you mean? Turning skin colors or something?
No, what it looked like, it looked like they was like, this is how I am now, but then this is how I am now. Like this is how I was before, but then it looked like they painted themselves red. Like it was an image. You know how they painted, you know how they drew it, you know how they depicted themselves. So it will be a real dark brown image of a person. And like right behind them, like right beside them, but not like right next to them, but like it looked like they was turning into like this red ochre. Like I would have to show it to you for you to understand, bro. But
let me ask you a question.
No, come on, man.
Isn't that the one that got the same? They changed garments.
No,
is that the one where they changed garments in the images?
No, they didn't change garments. It was just like,
so I'm trying to get your point, though. I ain't figured out what you thinking. You can't ask me a question about no damn Egyptians.
The point I'm making is this: from what I seen when I was over, there, is that for the most part, the males were dark brown. From all, and they was hard on us not taking pictures. I had to sneak these pictures.
Okay,
and I wanted
pull them up. Let's see.
I mean, I can't pull them up.
Oh, I thought you said you took the pictures. My fault.
I got the picture. I could send them to you on the email or something like that, but I don't.
All right, go ahead. And you thinking what? What you thinking?
For me, it looked like they painted themselves with the red ochre.
Not really their skin color, basically what you're saying.
Right. The red. When you see these red Egyptians, I don't think that was the real skin color, from what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I don't know. What you want me to say?
Well, we got people in Africa look like that today. That still do that. They paint their face with the red ochre. So I mean, a lot of these things haven't changed.
And you also got people in Africa that still paint themselves that color.
Mm-hmm. So you think the Egyptians just one color?
No, hell no. Hell no. They range from different colors.
So let's get back. Hold on. I don't know why I can't. This is crazy right here. All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, like the tomb I'm in right now. That wasn't even a tomb. It was what they call it, a temple. That was a temple of Jehudimus. I can't pronounce it all the way, but it was Jehudimus. It says it right there. I can read it if I look at it, but it's too small for me to look at it right now. But it was like what the temples that I went to was way older than this. It was like out there by Saqqara. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we went to the Bent Pyramid and all that. I think I actually went into the Bent Pyramid, but it was these temples that we went into, and it looked so, man, I'm talking about, you look at this, you be like, damn, like it's no way you can say that these ain't, for lack of a better term, black people. You know what I'm saying? They had the afros, they had the skin color, and then it was these other images of like workers. I would call them workers. I don't know what they were, but they was like real dark brown, and then it was like a shadow. That's what it was. It was like a shadow of them turn red. And that's what I'm trying to ask you. But I'll have to show you the images. I'm gonna have to send them to your email. I still got your email too.
Yeah, send that. But I mean, you have you looked at a range of Egyptian art though?
Oh yeah, I seen the Libyans. I was in the Cairo Museum.
I mean, just Egyptian. Did they stay consistent with one color?
Nah, hell no. Man, look, the little Arab dudes was running up on me like, they was running up on me like, you look like Egyptian, because I had the goatee or whatever. You look like Egyptian, but they was trying to get some money, so they'd take you anything that they think you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So I went through all that. But yeah, they range from everything, man. I'm talking about pitch black. I'm talking about, like, we went to it was called the Kush House. Believe it or not, it was called the Kush House, and it was off the Nile River. And I got pictures of the crocodiles that they had as pets. And we stayed at a hotel called the Isis Hotel, and it was off the Nile River in Aswan. And when you go down there to Aswan, it's all black. I'm talking about pitch black, like real Africans. It's all black when you go to Aswan. But when you're in Cairo, it's all Arab.
Did you see people that look like like Ethiopians, like people from North Ethiopia, like the Horn?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I was in Swan,
like Somali type people with the curly hair. Dark skin, but they got curly hair though.
Nah, not really a Swan. I'm talking about real African, like damn near West Africans. When you go to Swan, they damn near like West Africans.
It must have been more not of Saharian groups, but I seen people in Aswan too that look like Habesha people from the Horn too.
In the Swan, but like I say, the Arabs run everything. So it's and not only that, but when you look at their billboards actually had white women dressed in hijabs. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we want our women to look like. It was white women on the billboards in the Swan dressed in hijabs, but it was, you know what I'm saying, mostly pitch black, nappy haired people, but you also had the Arabs running that area too. Like they run it all. But you can tell who the indigenous people is, you know what I'm saying? Because they live, like I say, off the beach. They live in these little huts and stuff like that. Then when you go into the little city part of Aswan, you got these Arab dudes walking around holding hands. Like, this shit was weird, man.
So, yo, why did you bring up that map after arguing with that brother?
What map?
Then you bring up like the skin color map or something. It was some map you brought up after you
just to show
showed
that that melanated people is all over the planet. As a matter of fact,
okay.
Humans are in the temperate zones anyway, so that's going to be the best weather, right? And the temperate zones are going to be, like in Africa and places like native closer to the equator. The weather's just better. You're going to flourish more than that. So humans don't start out in geographically areas that are, the temperatures are very, very going towards colder. It just wouldn't make sense. It's hard to survive in colder environments. You have to reach the level to be able to survive in that type of environment. Humans are born naked. All right, they're exposed, right? So if you come here, let's see. No, this is what I want to put this right here for y'all real quick. Let me see. Man.
I mean, look at the North Sudanese people. They over there in the island off of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the North Sudanese. They pitch black. So yeah, the skin map is definitely accurate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, Miss Tiff, where you at?
I am here.
Yeah, so that male, it say people with more melanocytes is generally darker. So we'll just go with that. All right.
Well, is it more melanocytes, or is it the article I read said humans have the same amount of melanocytes, but it's the amount of melanin produced from those melanocytes that differs.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And so it say people with more melanin generally darker.
Right.
We'll go with that. All right, y'all see the screen, right? Just the one that everybody confused. So if we come right here, we know about the folic. Let's see. Hold on. Oh man. All right. The loss of body hair. Hold on. So evolution of dark skin is believed to have begun around 1.12 million years ago. So dark skin predates Homo sapiens sapiens. All right, that's obvious. Well, it might not be obvious. All right. It's and light-skinned early hominid species after they moved from equator rainforests to the sunny savannas. It says in the heat of savannas, better cooling mechanisms were required, which were achieved through the loss of body hair and development of more efficient what's this preparation sweating. Okay, so you had to develop the ability, better glands for sweating. Okay, it said the loss of body hair led to the development of dark skin pigmentation. A lot of people will fight that, but it makes sense. Your fur, right, and those early hominids block the UVA rays. There would be no need for darker skin. There's an evolutionary reason why the sister has this beautiful skin color. Okay, not because we want it to be that, because it affords her the most protection from the harmful UVA rays. Now, that skin color right there wouldn't make sense in the northern climates because now she run the risk of blocking out too much sun. Then she won't get enough vitamin D, right? Then there's a problem with vitamin D deficiency. So it goes on to say the loss of body hair led to the development of dark skin pigmentation, which acted as a mechanism of natural selection against folic. That's that vitamin we talked about, B9, depletion, and to a lesser extent, DNA damage. They say the primary factor contributing to the evolution of dark skin pigmentation was the breakdown of the folic in reaction to ultraviolet radiation. The relationship between folic breakdown induced by ultraviolet radiation and reduces the fitness. They're not talking about being in shape. Okay? The fitness as a failure of normal embryogenesis and spermogenesis. That's the sperm. It's the embryos. Okay, so it breaks that down. That UVA rays is break these things down. All right, so you're gonna have less sperm, and it's going to affect the eggs. It say led to the selection of dark skin pigmentation. So the reason that early Homo sapiens sapiens had dark skin was to protect your sperm and the embryos. See? Not because it make you have superpowers, not because it's what you want it to be. Although they use the dark skin against you in that wild war of racism, right? The scientific explanation for your dark skin is clear. Okay? Now, they made you hate your dark skin. We recognize that. So we glorify blackness. That's why I say black African power. I'm letting you know I'm not afraid of my beautiful skin, right? But I'm smart enough to know why I have the dark skin. Not because God cursed me like the Mormons say, not because I'm dumb and stupid, but because nature has afforded me this dark skin to protect myself because I'm surrounded by the harmful UVA rays. It say by the time modern Homo sapiens evolved, watch this, all humans were dark skinned. And you got like several sources right here. All right. Folic and neural tube defects. Remember, so babies was born with spinal bifidus, open spinal cords, right? Based off of not having enough protection from the sun. Those UVA and UV rays actually attack that vitamin. That's why pregnant women, they take folic acid. All right. Embryonic mechanisms, underlying prevention of neural tube defects by vitamins. All right. So there's a lot of sources. Y'all go back and look at the video, right? And go ahead and get that. All right. Then it goes on to say humans with dark skin pigmentation have skin naturally rich in melanin, especially eumelanin. All right. Anyway, I just wanted to put that there. Like I said, that test right there, that can't determine the race. All right. Now, I think your question was, can it determine if the?
But no, we're not trying to determine the race. We just
you said if the color of your dark skin.
Yeah, we're just trying to determine skin color, not race, because it's only one race. We know that. I'm just saying, can we determine skin color?
What you think? I'm gonna ask you.
I think we can.
I will go get. I'm sitting.
Huh?
I'm here.
No, I'm saying like.
I don't think you can show me.
No, I can't show you.
I'm going to change my stance.
I can't show you because I can't show you because I haven't did the study. I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm asking
you act. Well, I'm saying.
Can these melanin tests?
So let's
determine
move to
color?
Diop's real quick. So what was Diop's trying to? What was Diop's theory?
Diop.
Sheikh
Anta Diop was trying to determine the skin color.
No, I'm asking you a question. What was his theory?
His theory was that the ancient Egyptians was black.
Okay. This is called the black hypothesis, right?
Yes.
And that's what? Do you know?
No.
That's that the Egyptians was Negro from his inception to the Persian period.
Negrito, yes.
Not Negro. I didn't think you said Negrito. I think you said Negroes.
Well, he spoke French, so.
Okay, all right. But that's his. So with that hypothesis, you're basically saying that he wanted to show that they was dark-skinned Negroes, basically, right?
Yes.
And what do you think? What do you think the determination was with that?
Well, as far as my understanding at this point is that it could determine that they were dark-skinned Negroes.
So the mummies he tested, they were dark-skinned Negroes.
Yes.
Okay. Dark-skinned Negro. So you just dark-skinned. Take off the Negro because that's a race, right? There was a race back then in his mind, right? It was a question.
What was the question?
I said you got to take the word Negro off because we just admitted that the test can't determine whether you're a Negro or not. It can just determine whether you got dark skin. That's what you're saying.
Right. and I
I'm
think
waiting for that, yo. You got the floor. When you find
so.
it, go get that.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be good for
Okay.
the conversation.
I think that the test proved that they were dark skinned, and now I want to ask you: do you think test was capable of proving if they were dark skinned or light skinned?
I
And
think
huh?
no. I know they don't use it. Why would it go out of why wouldn't they use it?
Why wouldn't who use it?
Why doesn't modern science use that? How did it fall off the map? They should, why ain't nobody back that? That'd be another determination.
Well, that's a whole nother discussion.
Wow.
It's about it's not about if they back it or not. It's about like what does the test show?
You can't do it with a dead body like that, man. Not
I
that
don't know
long,
about that.
not
I
that
can't.
age.
That is
Okay,
crazy.
I accept that too.
I
So
don't know about
I
that.
know I accept that. Like I accept what the brother said. So if we can't determine it, then none of it means nothing. But if we can determine if they were dark skinned or light skinned, I think that's important.
Oh, go find it. I'm open, yo. I ain't closed.
Man, I'm here.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
asking you because
I'm a
I
little
mean,
lost. May I ask a question to you, Master Kali? Is that how you say your name?
yes, sister.
So, are you saying what test are you talking? Okay, maybe I haven't been following the conversation. I can admit that. You're saying there's a test that tells us if a person is light or dark skinned?
Yes, sister. I'm saying that.
Yeah, I don't think that's
What
I
I'm
don't think
saying is
that's it.
that from my understanding.
Mm-mm.
Now, I could be wrong. I'm not trying to. This is not 100%. What I'm saying is from the so-called test, because I don't even know. I haven't delved that much into it. But from the so-called test that Sheikh Anta Diop did, he was to prove that from the melanin sites that the ancient Egyptians and who did he test? Who did he test? Tudak Amen, I think.
I'm not
Oh,
sure who he
okay.
tested.
You're
Yeah,
talking about mummies. Okay,
yeah. So
got
yeah,
it.
yes, sister, mummies, yes. So from my understanding, the test that he did proved that the ones that he did, not all, because of course he didn't test everybody, but from the ones that he tested, proved, or it
They
might
were
have been
dark
Ramses the
skinned.
third. It might have been Ramses the third or something like that. But anyway, he proved that they were dark skinned Africans.
Oh, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. Not sure.
Hey, pardon me.
No,
Hey,
I think
pardon me.
he just proved it. I think he just proved that they was Africans. That's it, from my understanding.
Yeah, I don't think that's a scientifically accurate approach. I don't think so, bro. Mm-mm. I don't know about that. Nope. I bet you don't find no information on it. So now, no, nope. I don't think there's no scientific basis for that. I think it was a good try, though. But we do got tests that can actually determine thermoluminescence. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. I think that's it, right. That's dating. Hold on. Wrong misuse of word. Thermoluminescence. That's dating. My fault. Let me see here. Um, 1 second. Mm, Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I would have to. Yeah, Master, I would have to disagree with you on that, bro. You had to find me something to change my mind on that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stand pat on being able to use skin color of mummies, ancient remains. I don't think that's scientifically valid approach, yo. I think it's possible to analyze the presence of melanin and other pigments in ancient tissues. But I don't think you could. Yeah, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can determine the actual skin color. Nope.
Yeah, I think that's what Diop did. He just proved through the tissues that
Yeah, I don't
they
think
was
you can
more than
determine the
likely
actual skin.
African.
What's up, American Dream? Yeah, I don't think that.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? Peace.
What's in the chat? So people making rumors now? People just haters, man. Yeah, people hate.
Yeah, I think Smash
Yeah,
did
I'm gonna
a
click you. I'm
video.
gonna click you. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. You said what?
Okay, yeah, Smash did a video. He's done a couple of videos on this thing where he said they did some tests on some mummies, and the lady said that the amount of melanin that was in those mummies were the same as what you would expect to be in the Negroid. And so he's using that to prove.
So in a race of Negroids, right? See?
Correct. Yeah, something like that is what it said.
That video couldn't have said that. Because that's been discounted. Race has been discounted. So I know it didn't say that.
No, it actually did say that. It actually did say that. And he had.
It was proving that they
why
were
you try to
Africans.
trick me, yo? See, y'all trying to trick me over here, yo. I don't appreciate it.
They were just proving they was more likely Africans.
Right, but I guess my objection to it would be that the experts say that the Egyptians were mixed. There were people of all colors there. So to do some research or to study the DNA of certain mummies and they come back being black would not be surprising to the experts, but it wouldn't mean that they were the conclusion that I think some people wanted to see, that since these mummies came, Egyptians were black.
Yeah, your thing messing up.
They even addressed that at the symposium.
Yeah,
they even addressed that at the symposium because Diop was saying as well. And they said, listen, the ancient Egyptians, you're talking about a history of over 140 million people. And for you to draw conclusions about 100 million people based on the DNA of two mummies.
Hey, can you give me American Dream?
Come on,
you sound like Stephen.
Come on, man.
You sound like Stephen Hawkins, brother. Hold on.
Yeah, American Dream, we can't really hear you. You're kind of messing up.
Yeah, you sound like a robot. Hey, Madonna,
am I any better now?
You remember I used to be
you better now. Yeah.
Am I any better now?
Say what?
Yes, you good. You clear now.
Yeah. So I was just saying that the idea that looking at a couple of mummies and drawing conclusions about all Egyptians based on the DNA of a couple of mummies, even that idea was addressed and debunked at the symposium that Diop was at.
You say that what? That what was addressed?
The idea that you can say all Egyptians were black based on the results of the DNA test of two mummies.
Not the DNA. They had no DNA test back then.
No, they were studying their skin. They had skin. They took stuff off of their skin, and they studied the amount of melanin that was in it. And based on the amount of melanin that was in it, they concluded that those mummies were what they call Negroid. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying to study two mummies and draw a conclusion and say all ancient Egyptians were black is irresponsible. And that's what they said at the symposium to Diop himself. And I've always wanted to. If I could say one last thing, Ankh, because it's something that I've wanted to get off my chest for a while. Have you ever heard Smash speak about Diop being approved by the International Scientific Committee?
You say what?
Am I still breaking up?
No, go ahead. I was reading something.
I was asking you if you ever heard Smash say that Diop, the reason we know that Diop didn't lose at the symposium is because he got into the general history of Africa and he was approved by the International Scientific Committee. Right. That smashes claim is that we know that Diop's work is valid because it was approved by the International Scientific Committee, and that's how he got into the history book. But what I've learned is that Diop himself was a part of the International Scientific Committee. He was on the committee that approved his work to be in the book. So I'm not sure how that validates him. Because if I was on a certain committee, I would make sure my work gets in whatever book the committee is trying to put together.
I don't see it that way. What I actually see is that the scientific community was made up of 3/3 of Africans, right? And
two-thirds Africans.
Yeah, 2/3. So why not let him write the chapter? It's part of the proceedings. That's not an issue. Let some person write, like, why you gonna let some white people write the chapter?
No, what I'm saying is you cannot
glorify and give Africans a chance to tell a story, right? And since Egypt is in Africa, why not give an African a chance? Before that time, they wasn't letting the Africans write no story about nothing. So I don't have a problem with them allowing an African to write a chapter on Egypt. What's wrong with that?
Hey, but
no, what I'm saying, Ankh.
I get
what
what
I'm
you're
saying,
saying,
Ankh, is
right?
let me just
agree with the
you feel me? Hold on, bro.
Well, but
can we say this?
Well,
though?
you're not repeating.
Hold on, can we say this though?
You're not repeating it as if what I'm saying.
1 second, my brother. 1 second, my brother.
No, your phone messing up again. It went back out.
Yeah.
American Dream.
1 second, my brother. Hey, can we agree on this?
What
is it that? Okay, the Northeast Africans, are they trying to take?
They who?
The Northeast Africans.
I'm listening.
Can we agree that the Northeast Africans are trying to take the glory of ancient Egypt away from indigenous, dark, or black African? Can we agree on that?
What?
Why does Africa have to be black?
Serious right now, man?
No. What I'm saying
now, yo. But the Egyptians are Northeast Africans.
They are Northeast Africans. I'm talking about the modern Northeast Africans. Can we agree that the modern Northeast Africans?
You just went to Egypt and said that the modern Northeast Africans was dark skinned too. You just said that.
No. I said the people in southern
That's
Egypt.
still in Northeast Africa, yo. You funny.
You don't get what I'm saying?
No. You being funny.
So you telling me that you telling me that you don't see that these Arabs are trying to take the glory of Egypt.
How can you take the glory of Egypt? Arabs aren't African.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
No, wait, stay here for a minute.
Let me ask
Arabs,
you this. Were the ancient Egyptians a dark-skinned African race?
Huh?
Were the ancient Egyptians a dark-skinned African race?
The ancient Egyptians were a variety of phenotypes and skin color. From dark to brown.
Okay.
Dark to light brown. Yeah.
Okay.
Simple as that.
So okay. I'm glad.
Hold on. You know why I'm saying that? Because it's the longest river on planet Earth.
Yes, sir. 4,300 miles.
4,000, right? Okay, so go ahead.
Miles. So I'm gonna ask you this: is it fair to say that these modern Arabs that inhabit Egypt right now, is it fair to say that they are trying to take the glory only for themselves and away from the ancient Africans that were dark skinned and mid skin and all of that? Is it fair to say that?
It's fair to say that the Egyptians don't think they're Arabs. Only you saying that.
Bro, I was there. They know they Arabs.
Okay.
I was there. They know they speak Arabic.
Man, you ain't showed us no pictures of nothing, man. I'm from the show me state. I'm from Missouri. You gotta show me.
Me too. I'm from the show.
Yo, I know they speak Arabic, yo, because there ain't nobody speaking it. Ain't okay. What?
Bro, do you know what they call Egypt?
What?
Mizr.
Mizraim?
Mizr.
Oh, what's that?
That's what they call Egypt. Mizr.
What's that? I thought it was Mizraim.
That's the Arabic word for Mizraim or whatever. Mizraim. That's what they call Egypt right now. They call it Mizr.
All right, help me with something. I'm with you. I'm in the car with you. So why does Egypt stop being Egypt when you get to the South? And how come they word don't mean shit?
I never said that Egypt stopped being Egypt. I'm telling you that once we
So
got
was
to
it dark
Aswan,
and brown people in southern Egypt?
what I'm telling you is once we got to Aswan,
No, I'm asking.
Say it again.
Was it dark brown skinned people in Egypt?
The majority were, yes.
So what are we talking about then?
No, in southern Egypt.
I mean, but that's right. Why wouldn't they be that? The only reason they got the skin colors because of the sun, not because we run around here.
But did you hear what I said when I told you the billboards had all these white ass Arab women on there?
Nigga, well, why? Okay, now if you want to talk about racial divide and how lighter skinned people be wilding out, that's a whole different conversation now. It's about the money talking, the bullshit walk. Nigga, if you ain't got the money for the billboard, then you don't got the money for the billboard.
Okay, so that not
if you control the economics,
so
right?
Now that goes back to what I'm saying, bro. Is it? Why don't you think that
because
these modern people here is trying to take the?
I got you. Guess what though?
Because they think they're indigenous to Egypt.
No, that ain't my answer. Hold on real quick. Let me get my answer and shut up. Look, hold on for a minute. Here go my answer, Master. Listen. I don't take the word of an Egyptian walking around that he actually knows his history like that. Because we talking ancient history. Just like I don't think that African Americans walking around actually know African American history, yo. I don't necessarily listen to that. We hear it all the time, nigga. They say the cowboys, they Indians, they say the Hebrews, all that. And I'm saying that human beings go through that no matter where they at. So even if you holler about I'm an ancient Egypt, you don't even know the history of ancient Egypt because I rely on an anthropologist more than I'm relying on a person. Well, I don't know what school these people went to.
And what is the anthropology?
Wait, are you getting what I'm saying now?
Yes. And
are you hold on? Are you catching my point?
Of course.
So you can come on this show and holler to the top of your lungs, I'm an Egyptian. Nigga, are you an anthropologist?
Well, no, I'm not an Egyptian. My answer is
no, do you get my point?
Yes, I do. And
my litmus test is I'm listening to the experts. So I can be square in the middle of Egypt. Like, I'm not thinking that all Egyptians even go to the damn museum. Just like all African Americans don't go to goddamn museums. Like, I ain't that stupid. Seriously.
Yeah, I agree with you. But the point,
so let's get that straight. So now let's come to what you're saying.
The point that I'm making is that these people like Zahir Was and all of these people, they try to negate the black African power in Egypt only, and they try to say, oh, it was only with Pianki and them.
No, that's not what he said. He did this. He did this to you. He said that the upper Egyptians are dark skinned, but they not Negro. That's what he said. He said the Negroes was Pionk in them. That shit don't make no sense.
That's the point that I'm making. Exactly.
Okay, but man, so watch this.
You making my point.
I'm not making. I'm trying to get the whole point. So he never denied that the upper Egyptians weren't dark skinned, yo.
He did. He said that the reason that they was painted. Nigga? No, he said that the reason that they were painted dark was because of the soil.
No, man. You don't know I got the video. He said the upper Egyptians was dark skinned. He just wasn't niggas. Or my fault, Negroes. He said that.
Yeah, he was talking about. I think he was talking about.
You telling me that Zahir Was didn't say that the statue of Mentuhotep was only dark skinned because he was representing the soil of Egypt. He didn't say that.
Yeah, Mentuhotep wasn't representing the skin color though. Yo, you can't be serious with that one. That's a bad example. So I would say the Hawass
himself as a saw. As a saw. That means that stands for fertility. When you represent a saw, that's fertility.
Yeah, come on, yo.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that, Gula. I agree with you on that.
So no, I'm saying Hawass, he won't even say they're African. Now he going against academia. But he's one person. So academia says the Egyptians range in skin color. Hold on. Academia say the Egyptians range in skin color from dark to light. And different varying phenotypes. So they never was Negroes though, yo, because Negro is in that 5 racial classification, which was clearly racism, white supremacy, said you was a Negro. You get that though?
Indeed.
Right. So why am I gonna run back to that shit? When we already won, yo. Like, You get my point? Like,
so, yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Like, we already won. Like, they were Africans, they were dark skinned, so it is what it is. I'm with that. But what
they
I'm
was
saying,
African and they was brown skinned, and they was Africans and they was light brown.
They was light skinned, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the lips.
Some
like
had big lips, some had narrow lips. Some looked like that. Hold on, watch this. You can't even help. Some looked like they was herbs. Since we all of a sudden know what the damn herbs look like it's a consistent look to being an herb. Like, this shit is wild to me, yo. Like, I can't even have a conversation.
I mean, they had look, the ancient, look, I went to the Cairo Museum. The ancient Egyptians had Libyans from thousands of years ago with light ass skin that looked like the Libyans today.
So what's wrong with the Libyans?
Pardon me?
What's wrong with the Libyans? They practice the same type of culture.
I fuck with the Libyans. I ain't mad at the Libyans.
Right. But people say they're Europeans. You got people right now in the country community saying they're Europeans.
Muammar Gaddafi was trying to have a African central bank and all that type of stuff. So I ain't
got him out of there. Libyans. Yeah, it wasn't gonna work mess with that money.
No, it wasn't gonna work, but that I'm just talking about his motives.
What was his motives? People don't even like Gaddafi. You ever talk to a person live over there, like, what is a enemy?
No, I fuck with you.
I'm saying, we pick wild people. African Americans pick wild people that people in Africa be saying, yo, what are you talking about? Like over here, people pick my man in Cuba, Castro. You talk to a real Cuban, you get cussed out. You be like, Castro.
Yeah. I fuck with Castro. I fuck with Muammar Gaddafi. You know what I'm saying?
They don't like none of them. They be like, come on, yo.
Yeah, but tyrants.
So they was tyrants.
Yeah, that's the ignorance. You know what I'm saying? That's the ignorance.
How you figure people living in their country is ignorant to the tyranny? The lady told me, a Cuban, she was like, what? She said, yo, we had to get a number and could only shop on that day with the number. They say, yo, we ain't have nothing. It was crazy living in Cuba. That's why people was running out of Cuba. And we was bigging up in that shit. Come on, man. We gotta stop that. That African American history is wild. We influence a lot of people, yo. We wild with that. What's up, Kyle?
Yo, what's up, and peace to the panel, bro.
What's up, man? Peace.
Yo, I was just listening to the conversation. Just I'm not an Egyptologist or none of that stuff, but like the issue that I'm seeing is that when we have these conversations, we never define terms, and so it causes a lot of confusion in the dialogue. Because we use these sweeping terms like black or Negro, and then just because we see that, we automatically use our 2023 vision, and we assume that they was talking about black people the way we call ourselves black people, or other people in other places codify or name black people. Just because they had dark skin, we automatically assume that we come from those groups, and it kind of opens up the floodgate for people who want to hijack those identities to kind of ease their way into those places. I mean, I think we all would agree that Africa has the most diversity, but then we remove that diversity in this conversation because we use these oversweeping words that we can all kind of wiggle ourselves into. And I don't think that's a fair conversation for us to have without defining what each and everybody means and having the agreements of those terms. That way we can dive deeper into the conversation. That's just my 2 cents.
Hey, Kyle, do you think the Egyptians could be aliens?
Oh, man.
Do I think you could be?
I'm messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you.
I just put a link to the article, Bobby, if you want to take a look at it. To a source.
Hey,
Ankh. Is he frozen? I think he looked like he froze. Yep. Wait a minute, American Dream, if you don't mind. I just want to know that I put an article.
Okay, what do you want to read? What's that?
Well, that is the article. I guess that's on the end of the I don't know if it's up to you. I guess if you want to look at it. I know you like to read things in advance.
Yeah, I ain't just don't know.
For the video that Smash did, there was a reference under it. I just put that in the search. That's what came up. So.
Go ahead. I'm reading it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. When I said that the modern Egyptians consider themselves to be indigenous to Egypt, you kind of you said you didn't agree with that. But from my understanding,
I didn't say that. I said the modern Egyptians, all the Egyptians They just modern Egyptians.
Right.
And in the South, they modern Egyptians. Right? Dark
Indeed.
skin
Okay.
modern Egyptians. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, what you want me to do?
Right. Just the whole
Egyptians, whether
idea
they
of
light or dark. Go ahead.
right, because the predominant idea behind why people think they are black is that they think that Egypt was populated by people who migrated from the south, and I, and even at the symposium they disagreed with that view. They said that the ancient Egyptians were indigenous to the Nile Valley and that they did not necessarily migrate. Did some people migrate up from the south? Absolutely. Did some migrate from the North Shore? But for the most part, the ancient Egyptian civilization was started by people who were indigenous to that part of Africa.
What you mean? I'm getting confused now. The people in the South was always on the. If you look at archaeological sites, that look, hold on.
Yeah, cause like they deep Afro-Asiatic ancestry come from the Horn area, so they had to come up from the Red Sea region once upon a time and mix, and then they intermix with some of the ancient North African Ibero-Marusian types that was already there. And then you also got the Nilo, of course, the Nilo-Saharan component there too. You know what I'm saying?
This is 4,000. You know what I'm saying? Miles, yo.
It was an amalgamation, different people.
Yeah, that's it. Hold on, man. I can't even. Oh, hold on. Let me get this. Let me show you something right here. Let me go right here in my notes real quick and pull this up. Yeah, it's an amalgamation of different groups. And now, I mean, so look, let me show you this. Look, real quick before I even get to that. Right here, if you look at this, right here. All right, this dude, is he any less African? Right here? What y'all think?
Yeah, Egypt would have been like going to Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico or something.
Depending on where you at, right?
Yeah.
So y'all see this African here, right?
Right.
You got a little mixture in them.
You got a lot of mixture. We read this article.
I mean, I'm just saying though, but they don't look no less African though, do he?
No, not a bit.
I mean, damn. And Malta Cave.
Maybe you should read it again for this
I don't
audience.
like reading it again. I'm gonna let everybody just stay where they at in their head. At this point, I'm not arguing with people. Master, you got a class to teach over here, bro. We waiting on you. Don't tab out now. Where you at, Master? He tapped out. Let me see. But we sure enough right there, didn't we, Juju?
We did. And it was good. Very eye-opening.
Yeah, it was. Let me see.
To show the abundance of admixture and how that can be a very tricky thing. You're thinking an individual is one thing. This individual is what we would consider a Creole in the United States. But he may not have those phenotypical characteristics.
I mean, I can't even see the value no more in fighting this hard, yo. Shit got to be a value in it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, like, whatchamacallit make the whole goddamn going Africa, Egypt. This shit be just ridiculous. At a certain point, yo, it's just ridiculous. It's just wow. Like, if it ain't Egyptian spirituality, everybody else shit is trash. It's crazy. Africans can't even have their own tribe and clan. Where you at, American
I just want to say this for the chat. Some Creoles would detest being called black. I don't know where y'all from. And some of them who were light enough would pass for white.
Hey, where you at? American Dream. Can you see the map?
Barely.
You can't see that?
Yeah, yes.
Can't see it good? Can you see it good?
Um, well enough, yes.
All right. So Egypt and Sudan is in there just for a place marker. There is no Egypt in Sudan at 8,500 BCE. These red dots represent archaeological sites. So at 8,500 BC, where the majority of the people at?
That's the first picture, right?
8,500 BCE. Map A.
Is that the map A? Most of them look to be at the very tip, at the south. Is that towards the south?
Yeah, that's south. That's south. That's Sudan. Look, see where all the people gathering at Sudan, and then but it's all lower. It's all Upper Egypt though. Upper Egypt and Sudan is where the majority, and a lot of the sites is really in Sudan. Look at it real good. All right. So during this time period, most people would have been dark. Would have had to been because they living in an area. They wear very little clothes. We just did the whole thing about the folic acid. So they wouldn't have had variable offspring if they was lighter. All right. So we can safely say that at 8,500 BC, now you come to 8,500 to 700 B map B. Now you see people spread out again to the west, north, south, east, west. All right. Got to know your cardinal points. All right. They spread all over. Okay. Up here near the delta, you got one archaeological site, right? You see moving close to Libya. Y'all see that, right? So these people up here in this area, they've been a little more lighter. All right. So now we got skin range now, right? Boom. This is a long ass river. Now you come here to 7,500, from 7,000 to 5,300 BCE. Still no Egypt yet. All right. Look down there, Khartoum. All right. Boom. See that? All right. So they're going to be ranging the skin color now. All right. Look at the populations. The population ain't all. So if anybody's saying the population just came from, I don't know, north, that ain't true. They all over the place coming in. And that's the Nile right there. So they're going to, right now, nobody's trying to live on the damn Nile. It's too dangerous, first of all. It makes no sense to be wild animals is at the Nile, yo. Trust me. Crocodiles, everything. And we can get water, a lot of fish in these lakes right here. So we gonna chill. We don't want to be on the Nile. We got a choice now. Last place we want to be is where everybody want to get some damn water, not unless we absolutely have to. So at 8,500 BCE map A, you absolutely got to be on the Nile because everything is desertified. Rivers and dried up and all that. So we got to be on the Nile. When we get a chance to get away from that motherfucker, we is. Now come to C. Now come to D. Now we're starting to get into pharaonic period from 5,300 to 3,500. So Egypt was roughly around 3,300 BCE, right? And then you see they all located on Nile. Look, you see all these sites. You see in the Delta, couple people, couple sites, right? But you find all your sites. You can see it. These red dots represent that. You can read the side thing right here.
Hey, Ankh.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, the where it says in figure A, it looks like it's showing most of the population are in the south, as you're saying. Now that's just right. That's just Africa, right? Most of the population would have been collected condensed around the Nile Valley at that point in time, but that would just be in Africa. Right. There are also people in Europe and Asia at that time. Right. So when it starts to spread out in pictures B, C, and D, the spreading out isn't necessarily just from the southern part of what A is talking about. They may have been coming in from the north as well.
I don't know about that. It ain't nobody because it's the desertification, yo. So they don't got no archaeological sites up there. They don't got no. Watch this. In the Sinai Peninsula, you're not seeing no archaeological sites. So these red dots and these red dots at D, these clear red dots, right? You got red dots. It's a red circle. These all represent little pockets of populations right there. Archaeological. And you can actually read it on the side of here. So I don't know about the rest of the world. We're just talking about right here. So up here, by the time they start to become Egyptians, bro, they got people living in them. They got Lower Egypt, which is up here, right? And Upper Egypt, which is down here. So by the time they become Egyptians, they're going to have lighter people, mid-range people, and darker people. And they're going to remember, there's a war they end up fighting to unify the form Egypt. So in actuality, if you read the Brooklyn Museum, it clearly tell you that the homes and stuff started moving in a northern direction, right? They say they don't know if it was a peaceful thing or, they were just killing people, what it was. So they in between, whether it was a war, right? Or whether it was just, people migrating up that way. It clearly shows that. So it's moving in a southerly direction. What I'm saying is the change over, but the people are still there. Does that make sense? The people don't got to go nowhere, but the housing starts to change a little bit, and it's moving in the northern direction. And I could easily, that ain't hard to pull that up. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's the retreating monsoon rains caused the onset of desertification of the Egyptian Sahara, 5,300 BCE. Prehistoric populations were forced to the Nile Valley or ecological refuges and forced to exodus into the Sudanese Sahara, where rainfall and surface water was still sufficient. The return of the full desert conditions all over Egypt at about 3,500 BCE coincided with the initial stages of pharaonic civilization in the Nile. There it goes, it's all here. You could just read that. I don't know why people just don't read this shit and just call it a day. It ain't even worth the argument at this time. Everybody running stop signs. Everybody doing what the hell they want to do. Nobody want to pay attention to science. It's just here. So if anybody's saying it was just all dark-skinned Egyptians, you just lying. And you lying at the top of your lungs. That's why Diops was wrong. Because you can clearly look at the map and tell Diops was wrong. He just was wrong on that part. Because they spread all over the map, yo. People we having an argument that people wouldn't even be worrying about, yo. They're just trying to get some fresh drinking water, yo. And some food. And they having babies and they having sex. And they surviving to the next generation. And they've been bombarded by UVA rays, and we read it. That's why I read that first, so y'all could get a good understanding that these are biological organisms. It don't even make sense for a whole population to be dark-skinned up near this area. It don't even make sense.
Let me ask you, Ankh.
I'm listening.
Is it possible that before the earliest picture that's there is 8,500 BC?
Yeah.
Before 8,500 BC, though, correct me if I'm wrong. There were the same way Africans moved out of Africa before 8,500 BC. There were Africans migrating out of Africa up to into Europe and Asia. And then there were back migrations. There were a bunch of migrations and back migrations into Africa. So the population at 8,500 BC, could that have included people who back migrate, who left Africa, went into Asia or Europe, and then came back because of, the ice age or illnesses that were going on and just back migrated? So the fact that they are there in 8,500 BC doesn't necessarily mean that, they're not, they don't have European ancestry, if you will.
Yeah,
since they back migrated.
They straight to Gibraltar and all that. They migrated back into the Green Sahara. That because they got them on the walls. They can actually see some light-skinned people on the walls. I got the book. I'm saying at 10,000 BCE in the Sahara, they got rock art, yo. So we don't got to debate that. They had different skin ranges on those. Let me see. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna break it out and show you. Yeah, they there. Yeah, absolutely. People migrate
And
in from that area. Absolutely.
UNESCO. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I just wanted to say UNESCO got a lot of flack from the scientific community for including Diop's work in their book. They were criticized a lot for it, and they were called and they were labeled a political organization, really more so than a scientific one. So the whole idea,
that was the critics.
the whole idea that Diop's work was approved, and it's just all kind of just sounds kind of crazy to me.
No. I think, and that's where you're right. But you're also overemphasizing. You're missing a key point though. He never won the racial aspect of it. The Negro part got beat up. What he did get everybody to see that this was an African culture, an indigenous African culture at that. That's what he brought to the table, yo. This shit everybody cheering him for, yo, is a non-cipher.
That it was African?
Right. That
No, I don't think he brought that to the table, because
he did.
I'm gonna disagree. I think even at the symposium, they actually had people write introductory papers as the basis for the symposium, and these were Europeans that wrote that, and in those introductory papers, those people mentioned that the Egyptians were authentically African.
Yes. Hold on. I didn't say whoa. No, they did. They had, matter of fact, they had two people that said that people came from the Sahara. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Right.
They was even more spot on. Am I correct?
That the people that were in Africa, that the ancient
came
Egyptians,
out of the Green Sahara.
No, I think the majority of the people were saying that the Egyptians were indigenous to the Nile Valley, not that they came out of the Sahara.
Go back and look at it. They had two people that wrote that they came out of the Sahara.
Yeah, even the editor Mokhtar, even the editor in his introduction to the general history, claimed that made the claim that the ancient Egyptians were indigenous to the Nile Valley.
Yeah, but his emphasis was on basically that it was the culture, it was African culture. I mean, you could read it in the Egyptian controversy.
Yeah, absolutely. I will agree with you that I will agree with you. No, I'm not going to take it. I'm not.
The only person saying it. No, he wasn't.
You are correct. I think his work was accepted because it helped to solidify the fact that it was an African civilization. But did he introduce the idea that it was African? I don't necessarily think that's true.
Well, I'm not.
But he did absolutely solidify it with his work on linguistics and things of that nature.
Yeah, he wasn't by himself. No, he wasn't by that. That's probably a myth. He wasn't by. But he's noted. Hold on. We can just go to the museum. Tell you why they put him in there. Hold on. The Met. Look. You can get this out the way. No. Get right to it. It's going to tell you what they did, what his thing was. Watch this. We can get right to it. We ain't got to share. We can read for ourselves. What made this man famous? Let's see, for real, to the world. Come on now. All right, see if I can get to it. Why is this man so famous? Let's see. All right. One second. Let me get the Diops. And we just read it for ourselves. And so you did read the whole the race Egyptian race controversy, right? All right, here we go. All right, here we go. American Dream. Where you at?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
All right,
I
you
did.
did
I
read.
did read it. Yeah.
All right, so we just read for our damn self. Yo, let's see. Shit, we don't got to play that. It's the Met. Yeah, I mean, our backs museums. All right, all the way. The African origin of civilization. Remember, they were saying the civilization was started somewhere else. Here you go. Overview. Scholars today recognize Africa as the source of our common ancestry. But in 1974, the Senegalese scholar, right? Here you go. 1974 is what dated what, yo? Symposium, right? But in
Yes.
1974, the Senegalese scholar and humanist Cheikh Diop shocked and challenged historians by asserting the influence of ancient African civilizations in his groundbreaking book, The African Origin of Civilization, Myth and Reality. It says this exhibition pays homage to Diop by presenting masterpieces from the museum's collection from West to Central Africa alongside art from ancient Egypt for the first time in the Met's history. All right. It says through 21 pairings of works from different African cultures and eras, this exhibition provides a rare opportunity to appreciate the extraordinary creativity of the continent across 5 millennia, revealing unexpected parallels and contrasts. Although there was no contact between their creators, the works share deep and unrecognized history.
Underrecognized.
They say the African origin of civilization will remain on view while the Met's galleries of sub-Saharan African art, are closed for complete renovation. All right, well, so there you go. I just tell you what he did, right? So he put together that groundbreaking work, and so there you go. That's why you're in there. All right. Then if you read,
That's why he's in what
the Met.
you talking about the general history of Africa, that book?
No, that's why he in the Met. We reading it from the Met
Oh, okay.
because he
Okay.
challenged
Sure.
them, right? What the challenge was, and if you
Yeah,
read,
absolutely. Well, if you remember, there were three sides um, of the story. There was Diop's side, which was saying the ancient Egyptians were white, and then there was another. I'm sorry, Diop's side saying the ancient Egyptians were black. Another side saying the ancient Egyptians were white, and then a third side saying they were mixed. And what I'm suggesting is that that side that were saying they were mixed also thinks that they are African, not that they are European, because the side that claims they're white are saying they've migrated down from Europe, but the mixed side claims that they are African, as well as the side that says they're black. But the idea that the Met recognizes his work, that it's a good, it was a great contribution to the idea that the ancient Egyptians are an authentically African culture.
right. I don't see why
Yeah,
we need to
absolutely.
run past
I
that
agree
though.
with that. But he did not. All I'm saying is he did not introduce the idea. It was already accepted by certain scholars that ancient
So, all
Egypt
right,
is
that's how I
African.
see it. That's how I see it. You just introducing the idea by yourself is cool, but you're gonna need some other people to help collaborate that in the scientific community. And I think they was able to collaborate his ideas. That's what I'm saying. And was he the only one? No, we could read it for ourselves. So he wasn't the only one, but he was definitely fighting against Eurocentric thought, though. He definitely took up that mantle right here.
Right, but the
So,
Eurocentric thought was the side saying that it was white, that ancient Egypt is white.
mm-hmm.
Right. Remember,
Yeah.
there was another
So
side saying they were mixed.
yeah, there was another side saying he was white. They just threw them out the game. So look, mainstream scholars reject the notion. So we talking mainstream scholars, right? The notion Egypt was white or black civilization. And they're talking about the race, right? It
Right.
says they maintain that applying modern notions of black or white races to ancient Egypt is anachronistic. I don't know why people think they can get past this, but they do it every day. I'm comfortable with this answer right here. Right? It say, in addition, scholars reject the notion, right, explicit in the notion of a black or white Egyptian hypothesis. Y'all see that, right? That's a hypothesis for white Egypt and a hypothesis for black Egypt. It say the ancient Egyptian was racially homogenous instead. So they rejected, look, implicit in the notion of a black or white Egypt hypothesis. Okay? In addition, it says that ancient Egypt was racially homogenous. Remember, that's what Diop's was fighting for. When we got into this conversation, I realized people didn't know what the hell Diop's was fighting for. Instead, skin color varied between the peoples of Lower and Upper Egypt and Nubia. That makes sense. I think we can all agree to that. Why? Because we now realize why people have skin color. Right? So it would absolutely make sense that the skin would range on a river that is the longest river on planet Earth. It says, who in various eras rose to power in ancient Egypt within Egyptian history, despite multiple foreign invasions, demographics were not shifted substantially by large migrations. Nobody wants to pay attention to that. No one even cares. They're not going to read that. All right, let me see. So if you go to main screen.
And I think that's speaking against the idea that they started from, migrations from the south. They're saying that, there were migrations into Egypt from both the north and the south, but, they didn't, but not enough to say that they're the ones that started the civilization. They're giving credit to the people that are indigenous to the Nile Valley and said they're the ones that started it. And that did the people from the south and the north contribute to Egyptian culture? Yes. But should they be given credit for starting it? No. They're saying the indigenous Nile Valley people are the ones that started it. And,
So what's your pushback? Let me hear what your pushback is. What's your pushback? Because I'm going to source it up.
My pushback? No, I agree with that position. I agree with the position that says that ancient Egypt was started by indigenous Nile Valley people who were not either black nor white. That's the position I agree with. My pushback is against people trying to say that there are tests today that prove Diop's position that the ancient Egyptians were black. Like that is the stuff that I'm trying to push back against, because I think people are trying to give this false impression that Diop's work was approved, that he won at the symposium, and if he didn't win, why is he in the history? Why is he in the general? Why did UNESCO approve his work? Like that's the stuff I'm trying to push back against, because I don't think that's a fair representation of history, and I think people are trying to give because my main objection is that people are trying to give validity to the concept of race. And that's really, the main thing I'm trying to push back against.
All right, hold on. So y'all see the document right here. I done did it before. I'm gonna run out with this. Ancient African ancestors of Egypt and Nubia from the Green Sahara. So it's saying that the ancestors of the Egyptians is coming from, and the Nubians coming from the Green Sahara. All right, y'all should go see this exhibit. Now, let me see right here. African cultures have been overlooked. All right. Egypt's deep African roots, profound religious, artistic, and linguistic connection. So obviously, Egypt has a religion. People gonna act like they don't. Alternative theories regarding the origin of pharaonic civilization, often guided by racist assumptions, have omitted the African context altogether and instead propose ideas ranging from invading white race to extraterrestrials. So that's what Diop was having to fight against, right? Hold on. From early on, Egypt was a multicultural society. There you go.
I think Kyle agrees with the extraterrestrial idea.
Oh, you funny.
I'm just messing with Kyle.
Between various regions, the country throughout its existence, surrounding Egypt, traded, exchanged ideas, and incorporated migrants from neighboring African populations, including Nubia, modern Sudan, Libya, and Punt, modern Ethiopia, the numerous other cultures of the ancient world. It says archaeological excavations along with anthropological, here you go. Archaeological excavations, along with anthropological and linguistic research, indicate that the Nile Valley was originally settled by nomadic peoples escaping the drying climate of the Green Sahara. Now, you ready for this? It say the earliest inhabitants of Egypt, Nubia, and the Libyan desert produced similar types of tools, pottery, and religious imagery, pointing to their common African origin. All right, I don't know why people don't want that. Traditions of language of this Sahara Neolithic population largely shaped the development of ancient Egypt and Nubia into great civilizations we know today. It say, in fact, many traits that were once viewed as essentially Egyptian, this for you, American Dream, were first attested in Nubia. Do you accept that statement? American Dream. Ah, man, you tapped out.
No, I'm here. Read the one.
Statement, huh?
Can you read it again for me?
In fact, many traits, you know what a trait is, right? That were once viewed as essentially Egyptian were first attested in Nubia and are thus rooted there. And in the desert cultures to the south and west of Egypt. There you go. The nomadic pastoralist way of life adapted in Egypt and other North African cultures was first established by the most ancient Nubian people. Similarity, the shared vocabulary from Afro-Asiatic languages, which include ancient Egyptian, points to the origin of these languages to the south of Egypt. Do you agree with that? This is Brooklyn Museum.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the Brooklyn Museum is presenting a lot of the work that Diop, because I think the Brooklyn Museum had a whole thing on Diop's work. So I do think that this is
That's
more
not
so.
Diop's work. That's not Diop's work.
Well, again, what I'm saying is it's the where's this work from? Or let me say it's the type of work that Diop was presenting.
Nah, man, this is no. This is I gotta go to the lady's name. Let's just finish reading. Hold on. This is important though.
But I just don't. Yeah, but even if many of the traits,
we can verify this though. This is easy work. This ain't even worth fighting over, yo. You can't go. I mean, you can't start going against museums because it ain't saying what you think it's saying. And I'm saying I'm just the one to tell you that it tells you. It said many traits, nigga. That's not everything. That's what people get. Listen, people will take this word, right? Let me show you what they're doing, yo. Look.
Do you think they're talking about many of their physical traits, or are they talking about cultural traits?
No. Come on, yo. I'm gonna play the game fair, yo, because I felt like my fight was to prove that the Egyptians was African. This was years. So just the fact that they went with this. So here you go. Come on, yo, we smart. It's a traditions and language of the Sahara Neolithic population, largely shaped and development of ancient Egypt and Nubia into the great civilizations we know today. In fact, many traits, just talking about traits, could be I'm not diving to the skin and all that wild shit. I'm looking at cultural traits that were once viewed as essentially Egyptian, so they can't be talking about skin color. Right or wrong, American Dream?
Right.
Because you ain't gonna never say the skin color was viewed as was black, was viewed, or whatever. They're not talking about skin color. They're talking about traits, cultural traits that were once viewed as essentially Egyptian were first attested in Nubia. So they ain't talking about skin color. So get off that. They ain't talking about phenotype. Get off of that. It's obviously not talking about that.
Right. Right. Agreed.
There. Huh?
I agree.
Right. There you go. And because I showed you that map. Remember I showed you that map? It say, and are thus rooted there. Look, in the desert cultures to the south and the west. Remember I showed you that of Egypt. Now,
yes.
This is what now watch this. Nomadic pastoral way of life. okay, adapted in Egypt and other North African cultures, was first established by the most ancient Nubian people. So they talking about the pastoralist way of life. They just talking about the cattle. Okay? So all they talking about. So there are other things that you're going to find in the North, like AE farming. Okay? Farming, how do we know? Because they have like a wild variety of grain that came from Western Asia. Right? But what people always mess up with that is, although it's a grain from Western Asia, right? The way it's packaged in an African way. The same way you eat Chinese food, that's packaged in an American way. It's definitely, quote unquote, a cultural thing. Chinese food, the Chinese got their own food. But by the time that shit come here and get packaged through America, it's American food packaged. The same way with the hot dogs, it's German. Pizza. American pizza is different from Italian pizza. Hot dogs, all that stuff is packaged in an American way. Y'all get that? Just so we can get that. Now watch this. So
hey, can I ask you a quick question, Ankh?
Mm-hmm.
The same way they say the ancient Egyptians aren't black or white. What about the Nubians? What about the Nubians? Do you think the Nubians are? Do we automatically accept that the Nubians are black?
No. Then you right back with Adolf Hitler and the boys. Now you right back with race. This is a social construct. You got to leave the whole thing alone. West Africa don't got black people. They have people ranging in darker skin colors.
Okay.
But they can't be black people. And now if they black people, then there's white people. And I know we use it in socially constructed conversations. So don't act like I'm tripping. But I'm saying, but when we talk about anthropological studies, bro, you can't do that. You can't play that game because that is the great divide. They enslaved people based off their skin color, based off of saying it was the Negro race. We can enslave them because they dark skin mean they stupid and dumb. And by the way, Negroes got big lips and big noses. All that's in the game. So I'm not listening to none of that. So how come the Nubians ain't black? If you read the National Geographic thing, they say the black pharaohs. So watch this, yo, you can't have it both ways, American Dream. If the Nubians is the black pharaohs, then who the hell is the rest of the pharaohs? See? I'm gonna say this again. If National Geographic, and you agree with National Geographic, which I don't agree that the Nubians was the black pharaohs. Because if you say, yeah, they the black pharaohs, and I'm asking you, then who the hell was the rest of the damn pharaohs we talked about now? Moving forward.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Huh? Yeah, I don't know if I've heard of the idea that the black pharaohs were necessarily Nubians. But you may be right. Yeah, I just haven't heard of that idea. Sure.
Yeah, 25th dance, absolutely. Yeah.
Right, but to say that
in the South. So we know the language comes from the South, where Ethiopia, the highlands of Ethiopia. So watch this. This is the good one. It says,
all I'm saying is, right, all I'm saying, even if the language and the traditions originated in the South, it doesn't necessarily mean that the people did. That the people, fact that
no. I showed you that the people didn't. I showed you that people was fanned out. Remember I showed you that?
Okay.
Yeah, all the people wasn't in the South, yo. At 8,500 years they was. But by the time you get to 7,000, 6,000, and 5,000, I mean at 3,000, they wasn't. They was in the North too. So by the time Egypt starts, yo, there's this hodgepodge of coloring going on, bro. And let me get to this point though.
Right. So just so we agree though, but we agree that this article is not saying that the peopling of ancient Egypt started from the South. It's saying their traditions and languages and their way of life.
Certain things we mentioned.
Right.
Right. The people is all over the motherfucker. Remember we said that? Coming from North, coming from South, coming from East, and coming from West. Like I don't know why people think there's a fence that opens up at the Delta and runs down south and open up down south, And if you come in from any other place, you can't get in that motherfucker. Y'all be tripping. The map I just showed you clearly showed that people are all in the what. Like, come on, man. I'm waiting for somebody to take that argument. Hold on, let me see. Develop independently. Excavation Nubian sites in the late 20th century revealed thriving, sophisticated cultures developed independently, notwithstanding its close relationship to Egypt, the mighty kingdom of Kush. My fault. The 90 kingdoms of ancient Nubia in turn established trade networks. Iron Age West African cultures today. Hold on, that ain't what I want to get to. All right, it says the ancient Egyptians were an African people who first appeared in the Nile Valley 4,500 BCE and created a distinctive culture. Egyptologists no longer maintain that the false hypothesis that lighter-skinned outsiders created Egyptian culture. Now, right here, this is what you need to pay attention to. All right, you listening, American Dream?
Yeah,
This is the
absolutely.
part you're going to be interested in. You ready? 19th century
Yes.
and the early 20th century historians largely interpreted the archaeological evidence on the African continent through a racist filter that rejected the notion that Africans could create a high civilization. Today, we're talking about today, Egyptologists have data that clearly shows that Egyptian culture was invented by indigenous people in southern Egypt. You listening to me? And spread towards the
Yes.
Mediterranean Sea about 3000 BCE. This speaking to your point is south in Egypt, right? It says this evidence
Yes.
includes distinctive jars and bowls like those to your left. If you was in the beginning, you would see it. It says the decoration on these vessels first appeared in southern Egypt by 3400 BCE. And then by 3000 BCE is found in the north. See how that shit moving, right? In the northern direction. Watch this. During this period, rectangular house designs from the south replaced earlier oval houses in the north. You know what I'm saying? It says at the same time, distinctive southern oval-shaped graves began to appear in the north, replacing the northern shadow pit graves. A southern cult that centered on cattle worship was a soul transferred northward. In this time period, archaeologists cannot determine from this kind of evidence whether this culture changed, whether this cultural change was peaceful or the result of conquest through some evidence. Let me see. Though some evidence
for
fortified towns suggests conflict. So you see this, right? So that doesn't mean that the people wasn't in the north too, though, bro. See, people be trying to trick us, yo. Don't mean that. For the shit to start to change, you got to have some people there already, and don't you, American Dream?
Absolutely.
All right, so I rest my case right there, man. Everybody be just doing too much, yo. They play around too much, yo. They just having too much fun, yo, at our expense at this point, yo. Yeah,
Indeed,
yeah,
I think a fair representation to say is that a lot of the like you just read, a lot of the traditions and the culture came from further south of Egypt, but not the peopling. And I think Diop's work was talking about the peopling, and that's why he was kind of off, I think.
Oh, I don't know, man. Look, I no, he just black hypothesis was met with that he didn't get that off, yo. He did. So it is what it is, bro. I only got to argue that. You're not getting no racially charged statement off at the Cairo Symposium. They just went through. Come on, man. You're not getting that off, man. I don't think people know what the black hypothesis is, yo. They can't. They just can't, yo. I mean,
how was his black hypothesis related to the two cradle theory?
oh, that's even wilder. Somebody will try to come out and prove that next. That because you got bad weather, then you act bad. Somebody gonna try to do that. Lord knows, don't let Diop's not be right about everything. Nigga gotta be right about everything. The hell with this stuff. He just was right about everything. That's the game they playing. And I'm gonna let them play the game. I'm not arguing with people no more, man. For what? Right? It's clear. It's clear as day. It ain't even worth arguing over. You know, if people can't accept the African identity of the Nile valleys, Africans, yo, then that's not actually my fault, man. Let's see here. So we look at the position. So everybody knows the position of modern scholarship. Okay. Hold on. Numerous objections was made. Cairo Symposium, people in the deciphering of Vedic script in Cairo, the black hypothesis, and the notion of homogeneous population in Egypt was proposed by Diops in the chapter The Origin of Ancient Egyptian. Numerous objections was made to the ideas proponent by Diops. These objections reveal the extent of the disagreement. Oh, hold on, let me see. Hold on, let's see. We got to read what the black hypothesis is. I don't think people know what that is. Let's see. We did all that, didn't we, Juju?
Man. Man, I'm so tired of this conversation.
Yeah, I give up, yo. Y'all won, yo. Like ain't nobody care no more. Fuck it. The hell with this shit you reading. We just gonna be our own thing. Hell with that shit. The black hypothesis wanted the Cairo Symposium. The hell with that. That's crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna do it again, though. I'm a glutton for punishment. I like to see it. Here it go. Hey, Juju, here we go. Last time ever. I'm ever going to do it again. I'm going to let people think. I'm going to let them keep the. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Go ahead, Juju. Here we go.
What's this right here?
Black hypothesis.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, this is good. Yeah. We're using Wiki now, but we actually read this with the UNESCO, too. So, if people are wondering, but we love the Wiki.
Start up here, though. This is important.
Because half of y'all can't get past it. No way.
Here you go. Go ahead.
Since the second half of the 20th century, typologically and hierarchical models of race have increasingly been rejected by scientists, and most scholars have held that applying modern notions of race to ancient Egypt is anachronistic.
So don't nobody want to listen to this. This is just a dumbass statement then. It's just a dumb statement. That it's just dumb. Don't nobody care about that. You was enslaved under a banner that. Now you don't care about it because it fits your little notion. I don't get it. See, this is where I'm different. It might not be the popular opinion, right? But I'm going to ride with science till the damn wheels fall off. Last time I checked, ain't nobody been able to get around science. So to try to do this is anachronistic. So whatever Dios was doing, it was anachronistic. Whatever the white people was doing, it was anachronistic because the Egyptians just didn't see it that way. So I'm going to call them on it. And I'm going to call the white people on it. And I'm calling all of them on it. Because today, the picture is very, very clear. Knock it off. Stop trying to make, man, they fought World War II was based off of Hitler and them acting like it was a master race, dog. Killing black people and putting Jewish people in the oven. Egyptology was wild with that in the early days. Go ahead. The current position.
The current position of modern scholarship
so
is
what that mean, though? Maybe I'm retarded. I think I'm retarded. The current position. Oh, because this Wikipedia, that they don't know what they're talking about now. Go ahead. The current position in modern what?
Scholarship is that the Egyptian civilization was an indigenous Nile Valley development.
Oh, man.
At the UNESCO Symposium in 74, 1974, excuse me, several participants concluded that the ancient Egyptian population was indigenous to the Nile Valley and was made up of people from north and south of the Sahara who were differentiated by their color.
I mean, so what's the point? I mean, do we gotta fight that? What? Is something wrong with that?
The Black Egyptian hypothesis is a hypothesis that ancient Egypt was a black, homogeneous civilization.
Is that the truth? I'm asking y'all in the chat. Give me a one if that's the damn truth. Because that's the Black Egyptian hypothesis. Huh. Give me a one if you understand what the Black Egyptian hypothesis is. Man, really? The daggone Brooklyn Museum ain't even say that. Huh. All right, Black hypothesis, what people are fighting for right now. I know y'all ain't fighting for the Black hypothesis.
Don't worry about it, Bobby. They also said that James never said that Europeans were a different species.
That's some bullshit. Yeah,
so
y'all
you
just
know,
on some
we
bullshit.
already know.
Yeah.
At a UNESCO
symposium.
At a UNESCO.
Kyle, I'm sorry. Kyle thinks Europeans are aliens.
Oh, you
I'm still just messing with Kyle.
Your phone went out. We couldn't hear you.
What did you say in the beginning, American Dream? We didn't hear none of that.
Never mind. It's not important at all. I was messing with Kyle again.
Got it. At the UNESCO Symposium 1974, there was a consensus that ancient Egypt was indigenous to Africa.
Okay, so what? So that was the consensus. Didn't we go there and read that?
Well, we did.
Come on, yo.
A couple of times.
I mean, why they do me like this though, yo? What's the? I'm trying now. Niggas got an agenda, yo. Now it ain't even about being indigenous, and it's about being jet black. Now we done turned wow. Now if they ain't black, they ain't Egyptians. Making up some shit. Come on, yo. Where they do that at? How am I wrong if I'm sitting here saying that the Egyptians is indigenous to Africa? How the hell am I wrong? How am I the bad guy?
Because they gotta be black.
How? They enslaved 12 million people under that banner. Why would I continue that with my kids? And that doesn't mean I'm not going to tell them the history behind the shit. The history was cold, inhumane, wild and crazy. It didn't even make no sense, yo. They did that for money and gain under the banner of science. But don't hate me, hate the game. I ain't moving. I said this for 3 years, and yeah, I'm petty. I'm going back to 3 years ago, and I'm gonna break out the videos where I said the same damn thing. So all y'all think I changed my stance, you're lying. I ain't with no farther than this. Remember, I'm the Wikipedia guy, and damn proud of it. Maybe some of y'all should stay closer to Wikipedia. Your shit might come off better. Coming off a little pseudo and faulty down the stretch. I'm standing tall on mines. But go ahead, Juju. Since Diop shit got off at the Cairo Symposium, which it didn't, because we see what the consensus is. They said what the damn here's the consensus, ladies and gentlemen. I stand on the scientific consensus. The consensus is that the ancient Egyptians was indigenous to Africa. And since y'all don't understand evolution, you think that means that everybody gotta have dark skin color living in Africa. That's some bull crap. Bananas. Keep going. However,
Khoisan people aren't dark, and people.
Nah, they not African, shorty. What you talking about? They ain't got the big lips, like the Chinese eyes. They popped up there some kind of way. Go ahead.
However, Job's hypothesis that ancient Egypt was a black civilization was met with numerous objections in 1974, which revealed disagreements which remain profound even though it was not voiced explicitly. In respect of certain sequences, the criticisms arose out of the line of argument put forward. The majority of the objections raised were of methodological nature.
Ain't this the most important thing we got, though, is your methodology, right? It was basically saying your methodology is a little faulty there, bro. Brought a lot of stuff, but
methodological nature, which range from the need for reliable statistical data to further research projects in several fields such as archaeology and physical anthropology before final conclusions on the peopling of Egypt could be made. There was also total disagreement from the majority of scholars in the 1974 conference on the hypothesis that ancient Egypt had been a homogeneous population until Persian times, with several scholars favoring the hypothesis of a mixed population.
So there you have it. There's a total disagreement. From the majority of scholars in 1974 on the hypothesis that ancient Egypt had been homogeneous population. So wait a minute. What's the black hypothesis again, y'all?
That Africa was a black homogeneous civilization.
So what are we talking about? What's the joke? Is it a joke? I ain't even reading no more. I'm done. I'm done, yo. Because y'all joking. Y'all playing with me now. Y'all playing with me. That's it right there. They wasn't homogenous. Now what? So what's the point? Now what? The majority of them said it was, but I thought that he got all that off. He didn't. The majority of people say, nah, come on, yo. We looking at the skulls. We read all that shit. They different. How? We agree. You can read, and Diop's book show it. He got a book showing it. Now you got different skulls there, so they not homogenous. He say, no, they was. You can read it. Like, so we reading. So listen, if y'all don't want to read, that's on y'all. If y'all want to play the game and discount Wikipedia, that's what pseudos do. Pseudos discount encyclopedias. So there you have it.
Yeah, and it appears that
Ain't
whatever
no
test.
Come on, yo, y'all gotta stop playing like that, man. Y'all play too much, yo.
Yeah, I think the point that certain people want to make is that test that Smash was talking about. They're trying to say that test proves that the ancient Egyptians were homogeneous.
Huh? Okay, they ain't say that. They ain't say that. Nobody say that from that camp. They ain't say that, yo. It's just, I think now it's just a way to just keep getting views. So every now and then I'm gonna throw up my joint. I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring, and I'm gonna keep bringing the same thing Juju to get past it. I don't want to hear that. If you think Wikipedia is outright lying, because we could read it in the book, where it tell you they all disagreed it was homogenous, but that's part of is that not part of the black hypothesis, or am I tripping? Am I tripping, Juju?
No, you're not tripping.
Oh, so what's the black hypothesis again?
Black homogeneous civilization.
Everybody disagreed with that, didn't they? Did they not?
Yes.
There you go.
Do not. They definitely didn't adhere to the homogeneous aspect.
Then you can't even handle more spirituality.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna take off, bro. Thank you for having me, man. Yeah, man, it's very rare that people allow me to talk, and you're one of the few people that allow me to do so. Thanks again. Peace,
good,
Juju.
Man.
Thank you, Juju.
Peace, American Dream.
It's all You're good, welcome. Man. So there y'all go, man. We already know that Neanderthal James think that if you got 1 to 4% DNA, that you some kind of less human. It's all in the statement. He ain't been able to explain it yet. He ain't even been able to pull up a paper that makes sense of what he's trying to say. So I'm banging on you in the chat, Neanderthal James, for making up shit. That's what I'm doing. But that, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. If y'all had something to say, hit that link. Hey, Smash, why you ain't hit the link, bro? Should hit the link, man. Man, hit that Cash App too, man. Hit that Cash App out the door. I'll be there tomorrow morning. Did I stay on too late? You ain't never supposed to let me go too late. It's 12:30.
12:30.
Oh man, I don't know.
You talked the American Dream for about an hour. I mean, I'm just saying.
Smash said he texted me. Let me see. Oh shit, you did, nigga. This was at you hit me early in the game. Damn, a couple people texted me. Smash say the link. That was 10 o'clock. Man, yeah. Sorry about that, bro. You know I ain't gonna never not let you get on the panel, yo. That'd be uncivilized and uncouth. That wouldn't do you like that, bro. Although we did have some people in the chat telling me I wasn't trying to let you get on. I don't know why. Like, why wouldn't I let Smash get on? Y'all keep trying to do shit. Smoke and mirrors, yo, ain't good for y'all. Anyway, man, in my humble opinion, I'm gonna go with Wikipedia. I'm gonna go with the Brooklyn Museum. I'm gonna go with Melanin Scholarship. That's what I'm gonna do. Now, y'all might got more talent than me. I ain't never claimed to be that dude when it came to all that extra shit. And y'all might know something I don't know. I do not accept that the 25th dynasty was the Black Dynasty. That's foolery. And they knew it when they made this shit up. That don't even make no sense. For Black Dynasty, how to get there? You know what I'm saying, Juju? Did it split? Look, did the people split and they walked up? Let me stop. That shit crazy, yo.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna go with the Boston Museum of Fine Arts.
Where you at? What you got? I'm
just saying, when we talk about having this discussion, because you know I only just repeat what you tell me. That's you know. But
man, you did.
I'm gonna go with the museum, Boston Museum of Fine Arts. I'm gonna go with the Journal of Science, and I'm gonna go with a whole bunch of other stuff I've read on my own. Thank you very much.
Oh, I ain't make you read it. You better read this.
Sure you did.
Yeah, no, I don't like this though, James. Now you lying, yo. Smash. Unc said you was just putting that up for views. As if you wasn't serious about. Nigga, I didn't say nothing like that. Nigga, it's a whole video on it. See, this is shit to get me mad, though.
That is a fucking
it's
lie.
That bullshit, nigga. Stand up for your people, Pan-African Designs. Or sit your ass down. That I'm out, man. Nigga lying now, nigga. I ain't say Smash put up no damn video for no damn views. Fuck out of here. When I say Smash name, I say his damn name.
Wow.
Got a problem with saying people's name. You wild for that Pan-African James, nigga. I stand on mine, yo. A lion all the way through, nigga. Civil background, this motherfucker. We just talking knowledge and wisdom, nigga. I can say Smash name. I can say Smash is doing it for views. Nigga, I ain't say that. I say we got plenty of people in this motherfucking community that just be shooting for fucking views. And I said that. But at no point did I say Smash Rockwells. Nigga, you trying to start shit. Knock it off, yo. Stand up for your people, bro. Or sit that ass down. Boy, they try to do it. They try to get me out my character, Juju. You know that, right?
Not a just trying to
lie. Like, why would nigga lie like that? That's an outright lie.
I'm gonna have to get you some body armor, so they can't push no buttons. Cause you sure be trying. It's like,
hey, so what should they label the 25th dynasty? Nubian dynasty. Right?
That was simple.
They got the Libyan dynasties. What does that mean? Y'all wild with that. Crazy, yo. You said people was putting up videos for views with no name. What? This video is about his video. Nigga, shut up. You crazy, nigga.
Yeah, he's just making up stuff.
Last time I checked. Matter of fact, I'm about to
right.
So you know tomorrow I'm gonna be working on she got the Diops. Two Cradle Theory tomorrow. So I'm just going down on all this shit that I know Diop's got wrong. Bobby for the debate. Now, you, Neanderthal James, if you don't understand that, that's on you, my nigga. It's going down, man. African spirituality, earth and signs. Y'all can step up and try to help the nigga all you want. He going down. Trust me with that. Ain't no such thing as African spirituality. Made that shit up. Every time he tell y'all got to practice African spirituality, they made that up. And I can say that. Y'all know what it is, man. It's going down, man. September 15th, man. 7 o'clock, $30, man. Welcome to the big league. It is what it is, man. All that mixing up the spirituality with the signs ain't going to fly. No, it's not. We're going to keep it healthy around here, man. We're going to stay loving ourselves, man. We ain't going to let racism, white supremacy tear us down, yo. And we're not going to further those ideas and just change the color. We ain't going to do that neither. It's counterproductive in the grand scheme of things. Man, I appreciate everybody that came out, man. It was a healthy conversation. Yo, wasn't no arguing and hollering and screaming, man. Contrarian thinker, you wow. Pan-African James, you super wow. Proof and evidence. Tamika 1, 504, top level. Chef and L, they all in the building, man. I just like to say your name, Neanderthal James. He got the best name in the community, don't he, Juju?
Yeah, he do.
Yo, at least you got the best name in the community, yo. What we doing? Let's see. We're going to go out with this one. Hey, man. Man. Go get some sleep so I'll be fresh for tomorrow. All my friends stay my friends. All my haters,
right,
stay hating.
Hey. Here we go. That's right. You know it. Hey. Get it. Go.
And everybody muted up with Juju about to speak. Clearly knowing how to read. Educational indeed. Plus the easy on the eyes. All the women wearing queens. The pseudo dies and so. I hope you know just what that means. Still when I was short, still the women run the guillotine. One of the best. Screaming the crowd. Slander her name. You really should stop. Might get you dropped. Yes, sir. Dr. Maya. One of the best. Screaming the crowd. Slander her name. I think you should stop. Might get you dropped. This that double-edged chromosome. Pseudo killer theme song. CK Discord. It's probably what the team on. I need to see Miss Tiff. A whole box of treats. And everybody music out. Juju. This that double-edged chromosome. Pseudo killer theme song. CK Discord. It's probably what the team on. I need to see Miss Tiff. A whole box of tip treats. And everybody mute up with Juju about to speak.
Say pseudo dialect source, yo.
Every time.
Nah. Hey, man, y'all know what it is, man. We over here at the Community Skeptics, man. Appreciate, man, the support, man. It's healthy to have disagreement, man, in a scholarly fashion, man. Let your friends be friends and let your enemies be enemies. And don't mix that shit up, because I don't.